secondary break in power. So that's all that's going on. We'll catch you guys up and see where we are. Um, we know Luna was up one.
Yeah,
Going
you gotta catch me up here, Tim, because looks like we lost connection, and then we didn't. I think Luna might be up too.
all right. We kind of lost track of what was going on here for a minute. I know McCook had just watered on 11.
Okay,
Or
Luna's
10.
up one. I love that shot Luna just hit. I'm a big fan of staying up top. A lot of people like going down low, but I just like hitting the same shot that I've always hit, and it was this one up top. And
Yeah. So
and
McCook's still up one. So McCook's still up on one on Andy. Going into 14.
I'm a big Andy fan. I'm a little biased.
Good shot there by Evan. So
Hopefully he
I
makes
think
this
he's
one.
still down one. So it looks like Evan's down one, Andy's down one. Is that right? Yep.
Yep.
So Andy and
All right.
McCook are on
Ooh, this-
14, and
All right.
these guys are on 15.
This is a really interesting setup on Monte. This is about as bad as it gets.
With the hole out, and
it's
Paul,
child's play.
yeah, and Paul,
Child's play for
Paul
him.
didn't even think. He didn't take 2 seconds to even think
Child's
about it. He just hit it.
I'm guessing Evan is it's going to be child's play as well.
Good shot there by Andy on the left side. Again, yeah, Evan. It's just a matter of how he wants to hit this shot.
This is a right one. Got to rip some kind of full here. I don't know if that comes back. Nice shot.
And he's just under.
Nice
Yep.
shot.
So that's good.
That was a nice shot.
So McCook and Andy both on, Luna and Evan both on, and they're going to move on to 15 and 14, 15 and 16. Yep, Kinsler. These guys they're good at what they do. That was a quick reboot, real quick. So.
Gary Sheldon, Sandra on 24.
I like that decision by Luna. Ooh. That should roll back a little bit more.
I thought so too.
That's a good look.
Yeah.
This hole's always with the new tee boxes now. It's fun with some wind in your face at this distance because you can really you got a lot of options with the 5-bird.
So by the way, Al Jazz is if you just recognize the voice change, Al Jazz has slid in and is sitting beside me now, who I qualified all day yesterday. We had a great day. He played really well.
We had a lot of fun.
So good shot there by McCook, who just barely skirted the hole.
So that'll do it for Andy, huh? Or was that 15?
No, that
I'm
was,
sorry.
Yeah,
I thought
15.
that was 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. So McCook's still up one going into 16.
Those holes are so similar.
Yeah, no, we're waiting to see 17. See how 17 sets up and see what happens.
This shot on the right here, Evan and Paul. I don't know what they're gonna do. This is when I'm hitting a medium tee. I love hitting a medium tee shot here because you can bounce in the rough with a little bite and suck towards it.
Yeah.
I don't know what Luna did. I'm guessing
Luna must have hit pretty much the same shot.
They both
and
missed
they
their
both
putts.
missed the putt.
That is unbelievable. Oh wow.
That looked like a Boyer putt. That's what that looked like right there.
So that makes this shot for Luna a lot more interesting than it was 22 seconds ago. Yep, I love that high tee palm shot. I do that a lot too. Some people hate it, but
And he's on. It's again the confidence of Paul just walking up and hitting the shot, and that just comes from playing multiple games.
well, and Rachel just showed up, so now it's not even fair anymore. He's got the support. He's got the game.
Yeah,
He's got the looks.
that's it.
He's got the voice.
So Evans knowing he's got to hold this out right here. So he's going to take a good long look at it.
Yeah, this could be fun to watch him run at this.
He knows he's got to take a shot.
He doesn't like it.
There's one a tournament T-shirt. They're on sale now.
Didn't hit it hard enough.
Up to large, it's $12.
He wanted to land that pretty much next to the hole.
And there's Luna with the win right there. So Luna moving on.
The beat goes on.
Not doing anything. Go to the bar.
I mean, it is his party.
Hey, we're just here to watch.
We're just here to let you know how.
Good shot by Andy right there. He hopes it's, oh, and it did stay up. Good.
Result
good
doesn't change. We're just here to let you know how we got to that result.
A Terry Boyer putt. That's right. I don't know. It might be a Tim Boyer putt. I've did a couple of those this morning.
I've been waiting for my bucket for 30
Maddie,
minutes.
good to see you, buddy. So McCook right here. They're both on safe on 23. Looks like Ryan's still up. 1 to go. We're looking at 17 here. Let's see what happens with 17.
All right. Well, I mean.
Oh, that was 17.
These two guys.
Well, they both made it, so that's good.
These two guys don't really make mistakes on this hole.
And not a bad look.
This
with
pin
the
is
10.
kind of fun though.
Yeah, with the 10 coming across, it's going to be on the green.
You can miss this.
How aggressive would you be right here?
Well,
Andy has to make up a shot.
Andy's got to try and make it because he's playing against Ryan McCook. So this isn't a layup and then hope McCook hits it in the water. You have to try and make this and then hope McCook hits in the water. I mean, if you completely bail out and you're asking McCook to make a mistake, you're up against it.
So I know you playing with you yesterday. You're a big thumber, like I have tried to do. He's trying to put this ball.
But he was trying to make it.
Do you hit the high 10 there and thumb the high 10?
No, he had to hit a medium tee there.
No, I'm asking you. Is that what your shot would have been? Would you have thumbed the high 10?
Well, it depends on the situation. I would have probably hit maybe like a high forward. No, actually, I would have hit a medium 10.5. I would have hit it straight with backspin. But straight with backspin doesn't make that shot.
Yeah.
So
Andy hits a 3.
That's why Andy back cut it. And he tried to back cut it a little bit to make it go in. And it's only because he's in a match.
Yeah.
If he was in a tournament, or no, I'm sorry, a live play game, he would have just probably hit it dead straight with backspin. Oh, the on-purpose miss of McCook's putt. A little ribbing there. That was awesome. One of these, there's another good one. Andy's got a great sense of humor, as we all know if you follow him on Facebook.
If you guys don't know Andy, he's a very, very dry humor guy. But
man, that was good.
That was pretty fun.
That was awesome. So I think he cost Gambler second place possibly.
So McCook will go on and play Mouth.
Oh yeah.
Which will be a very good match.
And I don't think a lot of us expected Mouth to still be in it.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah,
in more ways than one. You can actually still hear him. I don't know if you guys can hear him on behind me, but he's really loud. He's just loud.
He's still in it. I mean, stranger things have happened, but.
Justin,
there it is.
We've talked about it earlier.
It looks short.
Definitely need to get to a tournament to learn from these guys. I said it earlier. Always walk away from these tournaments learning something from somebody about the way a shot should be hit and why it's hit that way and the slopes of the greens, everything like that. So. Hey. So, got a little bit of a break right here. We're getting ready to set up for, I don't know, another winners. The winners bracket matches. Probably going to take a break for a minute. Andy Haas is sitting there waiting. Andy Haas will play Luna, so that'll probably wait for a minute. They'll probably get another couple of loser bracket games in.
Yeah, so we got Haas, Luna, Mouth. I think Evan's still in.
Gervais still in.
Gervais.
So he think he's waiting on, and of course Mark Gomez, who just lost.
Yeah,
He's
playing really well
still
again.
waiting.
Yeah, so the cream is rising, and I don't think there's a lot of shock in who's left.
No?
Which, it's normal. It's fine. It's always fun when you have a guy make a run. Like
And Mouth is actually
Sam
doing
Meyer
that right
did in
now.
St. Louis.
He missed a shot early.
A guy that reels off upsets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if we're going to have that this one. Hey, Kins, miss you too. Hey, Gravy, miss you.
Shindell, Josh, this is one of the Ryder Cup shirts.
I am not still in it,
this.
Herb. I got 13th.
They wore it in the Olympics, and then they're going to wear it in the Ryder Cup. So the golf shop I wear it and work at, we were selling these shirts, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Jazz went 6-0, and he's out.
6-0. I went 2-2, but I let Danny Boy knock me out. How does that happen?
But he played really well. I said earlier, I qualified with Al first time we've actually played together. And we had a good day yesterday. It was really, really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've spent more time with your brothers than I have with you, so it was nice. It was nice to finally get a chance to play with you and get to know you a little bit. Have a good time yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. I honestly didn't know I was playing as well as I was.
I know you were shocked. You came up to me after we were qualified. You were like, I came in ninth. I'm like, I knew you were up there. There was just a lot of easy holes, but I guess there was just many hard ones, and you don't notice those as much. And it just felt like the mistakes I'm making is not mistakes. No,
it is really good, Kins. Crack one up.
Honestly, you didn't make very many mistakes yesterday. You played again.
No, but
maybe 3 or 4 out of the whole 5 courses.
No, but you don't want to make any. I mean, I know that's unrealistic, but so every time you make one, you just.
Like I said, you played really smooth yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good.
I had a good time. Hey, thanks. Yep. Thanks for the cowboy hat win. That
was classic.
I'll tell you.
So I'll tell you a story. So we qualified yesterday, and Al, he walks up with the hair and the cowboy hat, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm qualifying with this dude with the wig. And not 5 minutes later, he comes back with his ball cap like he's looking right now, and I'm like, dude, you can't play with us. He's like, just looks at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we're waiting for the cowboy dude, and like that was me. Like, looked nothing like.
Okay, so the thing is that the hat, I wore it the majority of the day, but I just didn't wear it when we were in our qualifying games.
Yeah.
I wore it in the warm-up games.
Yes, you did.
But trying to hit a C3 or an A1 with that hair flowing all over the place.
It was all over the place.
I was like, we're just going to take this bad boy off for about 25 minutes and get this game in.
Yeah, but me
and
Alan.
As soon as we got done, I'd take the ball cap off and just put the hat right back on.
Al and I were just kind of looking at him the first match going, that's not the same guy that was just here putting his card in. I don't know. Wait, you can't play with us.
I got a lot of Bobby Ray Cyrus comments. Who apparently is the brother of Billy Ray Cyrus, but he's the black sheep or whatever. So yeah, it was fine. It was fun, and it took a little politicking to win that contest.
I was going to say it came down to you and McCook.
Yeah.
And Jody was hammering hard. She's like, I don't know why McCook didn't win. I'm like, honestly, McCook looked a little feminine. Okay. McCook looked a little more feminine to me, so I was like, no.
Yeah.
Jazz won.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. But anyways, we're going to take a little break here. Show you a few ads. We'll come back. We're going to get a match up here, maybe 2 of them.
Get 2 matches
and then we'll show you guys some more golf.
Yeah. And we're Tim and Jazz. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Bye.
understand you called it.
1% miss.
Amen. The game is over.
Andy Fox.
That's your champion.
Congratulations to Paul Luna, your 2021 Florida Open champion.
And the second Missouri Open win in the great career of Paul Luna.
The National Golden Tee Tour, presented by Power Events, is in Nashville.
Look here, the water.
Get it!
Oh, he puts it.
Hole in one!
These tournaments have the best players in the world. Haas, McCook, Gossett, Luna.
Looks good. Looks good.
Can anyone stop the reigning, defending world champion, Whammy?
Takes a bit to get back going. And, oh my goodness, here's, whoa. Okay, wait.
This is also a setup where if he wants to, he can comes down to the hole. Nails a hole in one.
The best player in the world holing out.
You have to focus on making every shot.
Paul Anthony Luna is the best player in the world today. A new venue, a new city, and a whole new set of obstacles.
Here
We're still here,
with Mr. Al Jazz.
waiting on a couple matches.
I think we're getting ready for the mouth match,
Yep.
right?
It was Mouth McCook.
Mouth and McCook. Mouth and McCook coming up.
Are you serious?
Are we signing shoes now? Is that what we're doing?
All right. I'll go right here.
All right, so right now we got Mouth and McCook getting ready to play, and then we're waiting for the winner of Sean Gervais to play Clint Grover. So not sure what the score is on that game. Well, Sean's right there. Ask Luna what the score of that game is. Ask Luna what the score of that game is. So I'm trying to look over now. The games, the game setups are pretty close to us.
He's here. Sorry, I got distracted. I apologize.
That's all right.
Fans.
Trying to find out what the score of the Sean game is. Looks like they're on 15 or 16.
Looks like we're going.
Yeah, so right now we'll stay with McCook and Mouth. We'll keep you updated to find out who wins between Sean and Sheldon.
All right, so Casey Mattingly has a big stake in this match.
All right, they're going into 17. And I think Gervais may be up 3 or 4, so we'll find out.
What'd they get? 4 snow? Okay. So we did okay. Casey Manley and Dave Sandmeyer hanging out with us now. It's nice to see them both.
All right, so Gervais up 26-19.
So anyways, this is at least a semi-challenging course. I think it's gotten a little easier with the tees, the new tees, but still, it's not Temple, it's not Baja. At least they're going to have to make some decisions here.
Yeah, it won't be one of these just automatic.
Yeah.
Just shoot.
I cannot wait to see hole 16.
Matt, $20 for which match? McCook Mouth. I love Mouth, love McCook, but I probably have to take McCook.
You know what? I'll take Mouth, and I'll bet you 22.
All right, there we go.
And
see what happens.
I'm more of a McCook guy. I just like action.
Yeah, I know. We should have done this yesterday. I might have qualified better.
I just had to take that action. All right, so this one, pretty pedestrian.
So Gervais ended up winning 28-21, so he's going to move on to play Clinton Grover. That game should be getting probably ready to play. So
a lot of options here. High
sorry,
3,
my mic keeps dropping off.
High
down
3, cut 9.5, high 10.5, maybe even a medium 10.5.
Yep.
Could have hit it here.
Good shot there by Ryan.
Mouth white. I feel like Mouth's going to hillbilly something.
Yeah, he'll probably
there it
hit,
is.
He's going to hit the
I
high
knew
3.
it. I knew
Oh,
he
he's
was
hitting the
gonna do
medium.
this.
The tree's not even an issue. Backs it up.
Hillbilly
Both.
10.5.
Yeah, there you go.
But it just shows you that's why that hole's kind of fun now, is because there's just, you can hit 4 different clubs there.
So Graham's calling you out saying you'll bet on anything. Are you one of those guys?
I literally will do that. But it doesn't mean I'll pay when I lose.
You see, Graham, that's the difference right there. So, I mean, I can bet on stuff, but it's just a matter of whether you're going to get money out of me or not.
Yeah, I like to collect, and then I like to disappear if I lose. That's not true.
That's a good shot by McCook.
I'm good
It's
for
good,
it,
good
but
look
it might
right
take
there.
you a while.
So Mouth's definitely going to take a run. This should be pretty easy to run at.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Wow, he
didn't like it as soon as he did.
He really yanked that.
Yep.
And the reason he did that, and you guys, maybe you can tell if you're a semi-experienced player, he tried to thumb that really hard. And when you do that, it's really hard to catch your line.
So now that Al and I have made bets, we've got everybody around us bringing up $20 bills trying to get in the action. So
You want in on McCook? Mouth. Yeah. All right, we got another one. Well, now I'm Team Mouth, which I didn't think I'd say.
And by the way,
today, but
it was mentioned earlier, Mouth is not drinking, by the way. So
oh yeah, I don't think he needs to. And in all honesty, me and Mouth get along okay. He has a beef with my buddy Will, but me and Mouth get along okay. And a lot of it's theater, online and stuff with me and him.
Yeah.
But we get along.
Mouth was one of the first guys I ever qualified with in St. Louis.
That's a challenge. I've done that.
And I learned more that weekend than probably any other weekend I've ever played. So it was a lot of fun.
It's just you've got to. The times I've qualified with him, he's gotten a little over the top, and it's really I just gotta. It's hard for me to focus. But there's other times where it's been great.
Yeah.
The many moods of Mouth.
The many moods of Mouth. We were talking about it earlier about the way that Mouth plays.
He really
come
is
Sunday.
a great person, though. He's a great person.
Yeah, I think he's taking Sundays a little bit more seriously. The more that I thought about this, we were talking about it earlier. I just think he's taking Sundays a little bit different. He's looking at them different.
Well, he is. I think
he knows he's got the shots. He's got the game to play.
I think he's got this stream now, and he's got fans, and his fans know how well he can play. And I honestly think he's doing it more for the fans than he's doing it for himself.
Yeah.
He wants to win one of these so he can talk about it on the stream and this and that. And I'll tell you, what he really wants to do is he wants to play Luna. He's not getting the opportunity to play Luna as often as he wants to, and he talks about that. But he wants to beat Luna. And so it'd be fun to see that match as much as it was fun to see the Will Mouth match. Mouth has kind of been calling out Luna on the stream and saying, hey, he's lucky that he never had to play me, this and this and that. Well, hey, let's see if we can get that matchup.
Right.
And put your money where your mouth is, And if he knocks Luna off the throne, this 3-tournament run or whatever he's on, we are not going to hear the end of it. Okay.
It won't be the word of mouth. It will be the many words of mouth.
So Matt is telling us he did play Luna today and he lost.
Yeah, he did.
And that's round 2, and he did get the match he wanted. But these last few tournaments, there's been a lot of chances for them to line up in the later rounds. And there's been an upset or there's been something where that couldn't happen. And round 2 is all fine and dandy, but Mouth wants him later.
Yeah.
There's 5-6 guys left. There's 6-8
It's a little bit different.
Left.
A little bit different when you get later on in the tournament. But
and I guarantee when Mouth lost to Luna today, he was saying, I can't wait to get back to Luna.
And I think that's why he's making that run he is right now.
Yeah.
Kinzo, you're right. Sundays now compared to 2 years, it's a little bit different. It's just different with the guy. I'd say, again, we talked about this the last time I was on the stream in St. Cloud. You got 95%, if not more, playing stouts now.
Yeah.
So it's just different.
So Ken's, brings up a good point. Like, a lot of people don't like what stouts have done to the game, but they've also made it to where you actually have to play better because you can lose to anybody now, and you do have to focus more. Whereas back when you played Shady Acres, if you were playing a guy that had a 1.5 stroke handicap lower than you,
right,
you knew you could make a couple mistakes on Shady.
Right, like he just said, it is. It's become more technical because you have to hit that. You have to hit that. Exact shot.
So we're bringing in Clint Grover and Sean Gervais.
So Mouse, good shot right there. So this, are we in?
Let them spin and fire up here.
Are
See
we
how
in the
this
finals
goes.
of the losers bracket? Let me check this real quick. All right.
This
So
one,
we're not quite to the finals. We got Mark and Mouth, and Sean and Clint getting ready to play, and the winners of those will play Evan Gossett and Mark Gomez, and then that winner will go on to play.
do we have a King of the Hill yet?
No.
Do we have the King of the Hill match set?
Haas and Luna.
Okay, that's going to be a good time. All right, I might have to step away. I'm going to find a good replacement. Well, whoever it is will be better than I am.
Brian. So I got Bernsey. Bernsy's going to come get back on with me.
All right, I'm going to bring in Bernhardt.
Make sure you leave your money.
Oh, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to be here to see the end of this match.
Well, take that with you.
You know what? I should go through this match. That's all right. We'll bring Brian in.
All right, so Bernsy's going to get back on the mic with me. So Clint and Sean just getting started. They're playing Forest Noah as well. So both these guys playing Forest, and Not the same setup. So they're playing different setups. So they're just miss each other playing the same setups.
So here we have these two matches, and the loser of each of these matches, his day is over, correct? I mean,
yes, the losers.
This is on the loser side.
Yes. Mouse making a run through the loser bracket. So was McCook after losing that extra playoffs to CJ. Remember that we were watching that match earlier.
I don't think I was here with you earlier. We were here yesterday a lot, but I don't think we've had the. But it's been a long week. I don't know.
Yeah, so McCook lost his match earlier in extra holes to CJ. He went a little bit long on 8 or 9, and then missed his chip coming back in. So.
It's a pretty safe shot there for Ryan. The obstacle here is, making sure you get over the trees. There is a through the tree shot there, but that's pretty narrow, and there's a leaf that sometimes pops up.
The Mouse hammering it over.
Yeah. You have a pretty decent slope on that putt, but he should make it just fine. And with Clinton Sean, everything's all squared away, right? There's
Clinton Sean just started, so they're just now getting on the hole 4.
And you had mentioned they're in different setups, right? So
yes, as far as I can tell, from hole 3, they're on different setups.
And so I'm not sure if you talked about it or not yet, but the run that McCook's on today is quite impressive, considering that on the 6th hole of the qualifier yesterday at Hidden Temple, he took an 8. Shot a 23 under and found a way to keep his head on his shoulders, play good golden tee throughout the rest of the day, qualify I think 21st or something like that. Not a part of the bracket that he's used to being in. Meets up with CJ, in the first round, which is not someone that he's used to playing in the first match. And,
right.
And here he is still playing at 5 o'clock on Sunday.
Yep, and what we just talked about earlier, he ended up playing Andy Fox on Hidden Temple.
Okay.
And so I'll have to find out later if that hole 6 came into play or not. But
I'm sure it was in the back of his head.
Andy missed getting on the green by hitting the last, whatever you want to call it, stone thing, and watered. And McCook just went far right, hit it over the trees, and was on and won. So
wow.
I don't think yesterday's 6 or whatever he took on the well, he stroked out, didn't he? Did he stroke out on
No, he
6?
actually, the stroke out would have been a 9, but
Okay.
he took an 8. But the other shout out I want to give.
I don't think that shot was in his head at all. So
I don't know if they have pictures of it or if it was mentioned on the stream yesterday, but Ryan McCook did win the best cowboy outfit.
We did talk about it because Al was just sitting here beside me.
Okay, great. Okay, good. So thanks to Power Vending for chipping in a $50 gift card. Yeah, Al did get second.
No, Al won.
Oh, Al won?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
McCook came in second.
Wow.
McCook was kind of on the feminine side. He wasn't.
Definitely a huge upset right there for not getting that first place trophy. But yeah, we'll get back to the reason why you guys are here watching, and get the par 3. Sean is looking at this right now. It's going to be a 3.5 win for him. He's going to try to backspin it right in the hole. He's a little bit left, and he needs a little bit of wind to do some work, and it's not going to for him.
Yep.
Ryan, he had a good shot.
Run.
It's not on the green. He might be able to putt that, but I'll tell you what, he's gonna factor in a few different things on what the ball's gonna do after it goes up that little bit of print, and Mouth is gonna get wet here. Or did he say
he hit the tree? He hit the limb on the tree.
Oh wow, that's huge.
So that's going to put McCook up.
Maybe. Oh my goodness.
That was almost a save one.
Yeah. So now I feel more comfortable putting this now, knowing that if I miss it, then it's just one stroke that I'm losing.
Right.
He did not want to miss that chip and get wet.
Absolutely.
The drop is actually worse than where he was. I think it would have dropped him in the rough, and he would have had a hard drop.
Yeah. So this is going to put McCook up 1.
1 with 3 to go.
3 to go. It's going to be tough.
And this is a non-drivable look on machine 25. They're both going to lay up on the left side. Just because it's non-drivable doesn't mean they're not going to get an eagle. They're both going to have really good looks coming in for their approach shot.
Of course, Mouth was hoping that he could actually take a look at that, but it's just not there.
Yeah, not today.
So Al is actually hanging around, so that must mean I'm going to make sure I get my money from him.
No, look at that.
So McCook almost holding out right there. Mouth knows he's going to have to take a good look at this.
And Clint buzzing the cup there at machine 23 against Sean. They're still tied up here after hole 7 on hole 8. Interesting look now. With this new tee box, I like going around the left-hand side
I
here.
do too.
And there's a great view of seeing these new tee boxes, how much higher they actually are off the ground.
Right. So he almost clipped the bottom of that tree right there.
And he is going to be a little left. He's going to, he'll have a chip at it, not an easy one. And McCook's going to get wet here. Oh, he stays in the fringe. Look at Mouth's reaction. And look at McCook's reaction.
Mouth's like, how in the world did that stop?
You know, he's going to try to put this right in there. And he does not. Holy smokes.
How does that ball stop? How does that ball stop right there?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hole 18, and this is not an easy putt. He's got a chance if he does not make this.
No, and he knows it's not a for sure thing that this is going to do what exactly he wants it to do.
He's going to pop it out to the right, but there's a chance that no matter what happens, if he does not put it in the hole, it rolls down that tier. And he chips it in, which I think is the right play, more aggressive play, but knowing that you're going to take that break out and put it in the hole. But hole 18 is just not easy. I mean, you got to go through the trees. You got to hope you miss a leaf. You got to bounce on the green and hope you don't bounce left or bounce right. You know, the 12 wind, his ball's going to play a 6. You know, where does it go when it bounces? What's important here? And it's going to bounce right in the middle of the green. That's a great shot for Ryan. Might even go in the hole.
It might in.
So the Mouth needs to hole out to force a tie.
It's definitely there because McCook he
showed him.
Oh, absolutely. And he knows he can do it.
That's
too far.
Yeah, a little too far left. And so.
And that's going to end it for Mouth. So McCook's going to move on, and he's making the run through the losers bracket.
So does that give Mouth a 7th, 8th finish?
Yeah.
I think the loser of these gets 7, 8.
So good run by Mouth. Better run by McCook.
Yeah. And McCook will face the winner of the match between Sean and Clint, which I haven't seen anything change. They're still tied up. So we're going to focus on them here for a little bit.
Yeah, so Al Jazz lost the bet. He did pay up. I will mention he did pay. So I got my $20.
We're going full screen here with Fox and McCook. And, the names will be updated. It's Grover Gervais.
Yeah, that's not Fox and McCook, obviously.
Gervais wearing the construction yellow T-shirt today, and Clint's in the sponsored by Nike red T-shirt for Sunday.
He's in the Tiger Red, yeah.
And once the Luna King of the Hill match starts, we're going to hop into that one full screen. We'll have he is waiting by machine 25 for his opportunity. What's going to be interesting is that these guys are moving along really quick.
Yeah, they are sliding on through.
We do have a one-stroke lead for Clint. Okay, so
right, so we missed the shot right there. Yeah. No, we saw the replay. So Mouth is obviously mad because of the leaf on the tree that he hit. He called the invisible leaf, but
if it's not an invisible leaf, if it's actually their Mouth.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things.
Yeah. There are.
And you guys, you talking on the stream about him playing fast. That's Mouth. Mouth knows the shots. He's like any of these other guys who plays a ton of games. But he does. He plays pretty quickly because he knows what shot he wants to hit. So.
As do a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those guys too. When I walk up to the track ball, I whether I'm shooting first or second, I do my quick run through. I look at the wind, I look at the tee box, I look at the pin, and then I figure out my club and distance, and I hit the ball.
Yeah,
and I do all that within a couple seconds.
Right. It ends up being muscle memory for a lot of the guys. That's the point I'm trying to get to, is just to play, and I have to play more games. I don't have a home edition, so everybody always asks, oh, Tim, how many games do you play? I don't really play a lot of games. I play before a tournament. I try to get in as many games as I can just to get warmed up before a tournament. But like after today, I probably won't play Golden Tee for another month. I don't have a lot of games around me. I don't have a lot of people around me to play with. being in Port St. Lucie, I will drive up to Orlando, play with LaShivo and Chupinik and those guys.
A lot of good people
And
all around you there.
Yeah,
in
so
Florida.
I've got them around me. They're just not near me.
Not convenient for you.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to drive an hour away and
Right.
plan on a night with friends and then have to worry about staying over somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that makes complete sense, unfortunately. I mean, and even if you had a machine closer to you, like, sounds to me like you don't have a lot of friends locally that would even play it. Like, so it'd be just you going to the bar
yeah, it's
playing
just
the game.
me going and play by myself.
Yeah.
And I don't learn anything that way. Two,
Right.
I get very bored very easily because I'm not learning anything and not playing with anybody else beside me. So it's difficult. And trying to get a home machine right now is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. So that's tough too.
Trying to find a PGA machine in a bar. I mean, it's we all know what's going on in the world today. You know, due to supply chain issues, and yeah, those home editions are a hot commodity right now. There are some available. Just can't find them new from Incredible Technologies.
I said earlier, if Chad Hart puts another one up for sale in Texas, I'm going to fly to Texas and pick it up.
Yeah.
So. Purple bracket, guys, we'll try to get you an update on that. It is moving along quite well.
Actually, I can give a quick purple update since I'm the token purple guy here on the stream. 4 guys left on the winner's side. You got Squeaky Bob, Robert Washburn, playing Matt Kavanaugh on the top part of that bracket, and then yours truly, me, Brian Bernhardt, playing Justin Seeley, and a name that maybe not a whole lot of people have ever heard. I was one of them until last night. I got a great opportunity, and really nice shot here by Clint, by the way.
Good shot.
Great
just
opportunity to hang out with Justin for a couple hours last night. Solid player. He's a name. Remember that Justin Seeley. He'll be at the Texas tournament because he's in Texas.
Yeah.
He's got a bright future ahead for him.
Good. It's good to see a lot of new faces. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of really good players that have been playing the game for a while, Brian, but just haven't been to tournaments. And
right.
Then you're seeing these guys that are like, who is this guy who's a 27 handicap? Never heard of him, never seen him. So it's, again, I keep saying Jason and I found a guy who lives in Titusville. Again, those guys play 23, 24 handicap, never heard of him. And now Tracy Clater, I'm going to give you a shout out. I know we're going to get you a tournament here soon, but yeah.
And
if you guys are listening to the stream or watch the stream and know, if you're a solid 23, 24, 25, get to one of these tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, and one reason to get to these tournaments is there is a handicap tournament Friday night. You have an opportunity to get a cheap entry into the main event by qualifying through that. We do have Luna and Haas. You know, obviously you're watching. They've teed off on Forest Knoll. So I'm going to guess it might be the same setup since we just had one start up 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure. Does this look similar?
Is.
Okay.
Number 9 for 2, yes. So this is the same setup.
What's really cool is if you've been watching the last 10 minutes, you'll get to see how Clint and Sean approach the holes, and now you can watch and see how two of the best to ever play the game also. Because you got Paul Luna, who's hands down the guy to beat right now, and then not that Andy Haas is not the guy to beat, but he went on quite the run. I mean, he was the only person to ever hold a world championship for over 8 years.
Yeah.
That might have been because there wasn't one for 7 years, But he's been around the game so long, so much success. Talking to Gino on the podcast, he's done the research and had a chance to talk to. If you got time, check out Gino's podcast. By the way,
yes, please.
I've had an opportunity to do a bunch of stuff with him. He did one with Haas, and it was such a great pod. A little bit over an hour. Gino he talks a little bit about history of the game, and Andy really opened up, and it was a really great conversation between the two of them. And if you want to get to know Andy a little bit, I highly recommend that. He did also have a pod with Luna. Luna wasn't on as long as I talked about earlier. He's more soft-spoken. He if you listen, you'll get to know Luna a little bit, find out about what got him into the game, and a few things. But either way, just check out the podcast. You'll learn more about Golden Tee and getting ahead of some of these guys.
Right. Both of these guys making a run at it right here on 3.
And you can see Andy's reaction right there. He's really hoping to drop that one in. They're on hole 18 right now for Clint and Sean. Clint just hit it, and he is going to be on the green along with Sean. So assuming that nothing has changed, I'll have an update on that game for you shortly.
Tied after 17. All right, so they're tied after 17.
Oh, it looks like it was hole
Still
15.
tied.
So they're going into sudden death. We will keep you updated on that.
All right. Yep, so it is scrolling on the bottom there for you guys. Grover and Gervais tied after
That
17.
might go in. Oh, and the thing is, too, this Luna Haas match, this is going to be a 10-minute match, man. These guys are they're
going to play fast.
Yeah.
They're going to burn a lot of edges on the holes. I think it went a little bit further than Haas thought. But
Yeah, these greens being these, up threes with one or less slope, they really want to try to find a way to take advantage of the simpleness of them. They're so talented and successful at this game, but where they know if they backspin it, just roll it right in the hole. Pretty easy look here, too.
Really easy look.
For your average player, I'd be a little concerned about, pulling back a little bit too far to the right and getting too aggressive and it trickling off the left-hand side of the green there, which is a place you don't want to be. These guys shouldn't put themselves in that position. Just get within 5 feet, get some great shot points. So here we are in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Andy Haas putting it just inside of Luna there for his eagle. Shout out to TNT Billiards for hosting us. 177 players, and I'd say probably 50 of the guys have their significant others with them, and a few of the girls have the men in their life with them, and just a very awesome, diverse crowd here this weekend.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this has been it was a surprise trip for me to come up, so I'm glad I made the trip for the weekend. It's definitely on the calendar for next year. So.
Right, oh, for sure. And as you're watching Luna figure out where to go here, look at that wind where it's blowing a little bit to the right, and he's going to line it a little bit to the left of the tee, or the pin, excuse me. And he just wants to thumb this straight.
Use the slope and let it come on back.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was right there.
Andy, the door's open for Andy.
Right.
These are shots that he can hit in his sleep.
Right. Now, we saw this earlier with Sean and Clint. Both those guys burned the hole. So they're both playing, all four of these guys are almost playing the exact same shot, going above the hole and using the slope to come back. And they're all four of them pretty much hit this exact same shot. So
an opportunity for for both those guys to get one, and he knows it, that if you moved a little bit over one way or the other, he'd have a chance to put it in. But on to the next hole, all square after six. Six down, 12 to go. Do you think there's going to be a hole out?
It's got to be. Got to be one somewhere.
And what's amazing to me still is, I've been around this game for a long time, and I've seen the top players to ever play this game play in tournaments. And years ago, you wouldn't see the same scores that you're seeing now. You'd see good matches, but they weren't shooting Golden Tee par rounds, one betters, two betters, like these guys are.
Yeah.
Steven Scott, machine 2.
Now, granted, the courses were also designed a little bit differently back then. We also have more options as far as tees and balls and clubs and moving around the tee box, so that it does help make the game a little bit easier. You'll see Andy there talking to himself. That's quite common, actually.
So what do you think he was questioning right there? He looked like he was upset about something.
Yeah, maybe
was he
his
not
distance.
far enough?
Yeah,
okay, just maybe in between clubs or something?
Yeah, this is the five-bird looks great here for Luna. That's going to be a little bit left. And the hole.
And there we go.
A little bit left in the hole, right? Is that how I call that?
Yeah, that's
so there's that hole that we were just talking about earlier.
We just talked about it, and we knew that was going to happen. So that's going to put Luna up one into the turn, correct?
Oh, you got a couple more to go.
So 7. So one up after 7, going into 8. Several different looks here now with Brian with this new tee box. We were talking about it earlier. Do you like the left or the right?
I prefer to go around the left, but sometimes you just don't have that look. Like this is one of those times where you have to hit the high 6-wood or high 5-wood. That's going to be a little short there, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow. You can see the frustration. Luna doesn't show frustration. Luna rarely makes mistakes to begin with. But obviously that bothered him. So here's Andy. He looked around, go around left.
Is there a look through that tree right there? No, I guess not.
Some people are using lower irons. They get 2-iron, 1-iron, or 0 bird. I don't recommend that shot, but that'd be the only reason why. That's a great shot by Andy. If it hits the green, it's going to spin right towards the hole.
That's a good shot.
As you can see scrolling on the bottom screen, Nice chip there by Luna.
So
The Brewer, not Brewer, I'm sorry, the Grover-Gervais match is still all square. Loser of that match is done for the day. The winner moves on to play Ryan McCook.
Yep. So Luna's still up 1 here going into hole 9.
Pretty conservative shot right there, actually.
You got to figure Andy's going to take a good run at this right here. Not a bad look.
Going right at there.
And, of course, burning the hole.
Andy's feeling good. I
Yeah.
mean, you just see he's had a couple tough stretches his last couple tournaments, going 0-2 in St. Louis.
He was very frustrated in St. Cloud as well.
Yeah,
Very frustrated.
Yeah, he thought he had that. You could just see the defeated look on his face, and he looks very confident. And just like I've talked about before, we all know that to win the tournament, you got to beat Luna at some point.
Yeah.
If he doesn't beat him now, he still has an opportunity to win another match to try to beat him twice.
Yeah.
But having to beat somebody, Sean Gervais just hold out in sudden death. Clint is on the machine, getting ready to hit his shot. Looks like it was hole 6 on Forrest. So Sean Gervais will most likely move on unless Clint can find a way to tie him with a hole-in-one on Forrest Knoll. Clint's lining up his tee box right now, just hitting the shot. It's up in the air, and he does not put it in the hole. That match is over. Sean Gervais will advance to play Ryan McCook. A good 7th, 8th finish for Clint Grover.
Yeah. Clint's been playing really good golf here lately.
He's always right around there, man. I mean, he's been.
I think he's one of those guys. He's a sneaker. He's one of those guys who you never know that he just might sneak in there and get you.
And the other thing about him too is it really doesn't matter who he plays in the bracket. He finds a way. There's not. You can't say anybody's really better than him. We're all at a very high skill level here. But there's a lot of those coin flip matches, he finds a way to win, you know, and then that's why he's able to get top 8, top 6 finishes at almost every tournament he shows up to.
Yeah.
Now, for those that are watching, I can't remember, did he get, was it 4th place at Worlds in 18 or 19, or was he
he was
silver?
definitely top 5.
It
was 4th. Yeah, so he was definitely top 5. So we were confirmed that he did get 4th.
So unfortunately for Clint, the day is over, but just another great run for him. And I'm not sure if he'll be in South Carolina or not, but I know for sure he'll be in Dallas. Now, the shots with the bite there, those are pretty conservative shots. I'm not sure if that's how Andy's playing a lot of shots, but yeah, when you're hitting a shot and you're putting bite on it and it's not getting to the hole, that's got to be quite frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was. Okay. So Luna's still up 1 going into 13 right here. We talked about this look earlier. I know when Mouth and them just played it, Mouth and McCook played, Mouth went right over the top. He didn't play the curve. He just went straight over the top with a high 5. Just like Luna just did.
And this is an interesting hole. You know, they're both playing stout balls, so the 14 win's going to be a 7. They do have that tree that's going to be in play on the right-hand side. That when they go through that little narrow area of trees, I'm going to have to kind of swerve it around to the left side and bring it back. Andy looks like he's a little further than he wanted to be. I'm not sure. He'll have the 8 wood it's a tougher to cut these woods than it would be the irons coming in. It's going to be a little short, but a good shot.
Mike Bentley.
That's going right at the hole. I was hitting a lot of shots like that myself. You know, when you put backspin on a shot, you want to get it past the hole, obviously, to spin it into the hole.
Right.
That hit pin high right there. That's not how Paul was wanting to hit that. But at the same time, he's just happy to, not lose a stroke and move on to the next one.
So for the newer players, if you're listening or watching, that's one of the biggest things I've learned in the last year with some of these courses, and Monty being one of them. With the higher elevations, the elevation changes, some of the backspin and bites are not needed. I've been playing a lot of balls naked and learning that from Jason Lashivo, because of the fact one, we get so accustomed to just going up to the button and hitting bite, roll, backspin, or release, automatic, and not actually looking at the whole, do I actually need any of those things, really? So that's been one of the big learners for me, and again, it's helped me with my game this year. So
there's another 2 shots right there short of the hole. Maybe nerves are starting to kind of play a role in this. The biggest thing about this match is you win this match, you're guaranteed a top 2 finish, no matter what.
Yep.
You have to get beaten twice, to get knocked down to second place. That's part of the King of the Hill. Losing this match, you got to play a few more matches to get back to try to knock down the person that wins.
It's a great shot by Paul.
So there's a great chance that this is going to come down to hole 18, depending on what the look is like on 16.
So this 15 really isn't playing the 15 for these guys. It's only 7.5, and both these guys made the green, so they're going to putt on and keep on moving.
Yeah, I'm curious how hole 16 set up, because if it's like a 330-ish to the pin, and you're going to see, well, Luna's going to hit first, how Andy would approach it. And this is interesting. So Andy plays the arrows on some of the courses, and the arrow balls are ones where if you hit a perfect 180 shot, they will fly. I don't think he plays them on this course. If he is playing the arrows, he might go for this green.
He's definitely taking a look at it.
He told me that the 10.5 driver will get over the leaf there on the right, and here he is. I don't know if it's high 8. I don't think the high 8.5 gets over that.
And that's what he's looking at.
Yeah. See, he's even. If you can read his lips, you see him saying, "No way." There's no way.
He's doing the math in his head.
He knows that he's got 2 holes after this to try.
This is the difference, guys. These guys know exactly how far they can hit the ball.
And I think that's a smart play, because you go from being down 1 to potentially being down 3.
Right.
Still has a couple opportunities. Actually, he can still hold this one out too. Unfortunately for him, Paul can hold this one out as well.
Yeah.
So he did not. Got a chance to hold this out. Still 2 holes to go. Anything can happen on 417, as we've all seen that with the tiered greens.
Yeah. And he runs it right by, so he's still right there. He's still got 2 holes to go.
But they're not hitting the ball as far as they'd like. Almost every shot I've seen on the back 9, the ball it's gone to about pin high and it's spinning.
Just not getting the oomph into it that they need to.
They're not giving the ball a chance to go in the hole.
Right.
And one of the things I love to say, this is an interesting look.
Wow.
It's right there on the edge.
Look at that pin.
And Paul is just gonna, Luna's gonna do Luna things and put it right in the middle. Now Andy is thinking about the hole right here. He knows that if it doesn't go in, it's going to roll down. He still can probably put it in.
That's got to stay. Got to stay.
Look at Luna's chuckling in the background. He's like, of course, Andy Haas gets it to stay up there.
All right, so we got 1 to play, and 18 is going to be tough. It's not a bad look.
Not a bad look.
He's going to have to. You got to play after a little bit of cut, but the wind helping here, Brian, shouldn't be too bad.
Right. That's left.
And that's wet.
That's left.
That's wet.
And Luna goes wet on hole 18 of Forest.
And
the door is open for Andy Haas. Andy was thinking about, what am I going to have to do here to hold this out to win this match? And now all he's got to do is
look at the look on his face. He's like, oh my gosh.
Now the thing is, Heerton, he gets an easy drop. He's gonna make birdie as long as, and he's going to look right now to see where his ball's at. See, he sees the ball's right down there.
Yeah, look, and he just showed him. He's like, look, you got to be kidding me. This is where your ball is.
So he's going to make the chip. That's where it goes when you get wet. Yeah. But now Andy doesn't have to play for the hole. He just has to play for eagle. Huge change mentally for Andy, because he was in aggressive mode, and all of a sudden he has to go back to just putting it on the green.
Just put it on the green.
Which he did. It's going to hit the left, and it's going to be right by the hole. Forced Paul to make this chip, which is Luna's made a lot harder chips in his life. Oh, the little guy in the hole pulled it in. What a chip!
Did the whole finger just reach out and grab that
We're
ball?
gonna have sudden death in the King of the Hill match, thanks to Paul Luna watering hole 18, and then his special friend inside the hole that grabbed it in to give him that birdie chip. Unbelievable.
That was a great match.
Holy smokes!
So we're gonna go extra holes right here.
Two of the greatest in the game talking about.
And these guys, like I was talking to earlier, Evan and Haas played earlier. These guys played together, used to play together all the time, every day, you know.
Well, Evan and Luna did. These guys have lived on. So Luna, Haas is in Ohio. So, but they play with each other often at these live events.
Right. So when they get to the tournaments, these guys, it's not uncommon to see these guys on a machine together.
They love to battle each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
They know that they're two of the best to ever play the game, and just kind of going back and forth. They probably play dozens of games in a weekend, which is really hard to do at these tournaments. So the rules the rules are for sudden death. For if you don't know, if you're just tuning in, they will start off on hole 1 on Forest Knoll. You cannot change the clubs or the balls that you were using before. First person to hole out wins the game.
Yep,
and since Andy won the hole, he got eagle. Andy will be teeing off first. Not a huge deal because it's a non-drivable, but he will have honors going forward. And there he is with honors. I'm guessing he's going to put it in the rough there. If you look, it's a pretty close look, but it's not worth going for.
Luna, I can see the frustration on Luna's face.
I was just going to say that.
And that's something you usually do not see, but he's definitely frustrated that he watered 18.
I wonder if I know he's frustrated that he watered 18, but I wonder if he's more frustrated that he almost missed that chip. Those are things that 99 times out of 100 he's going to make.
Could be.
And he's thinking, oh, he's left here. He threw that straight to the left. The distance was spot on at 250. Good distance control for Andy Haas right there. Now Luna's got a chance to win it with the 2 flicks of the thumbs here with that 6-wood.
Yeah, Maddie, if we're going to put another 20, I'm taking Luna all day.
There it is. There it is. Oh!
Should have ended it right there. And he knows it.
Oh,
he knows it.
Look, and you can see all these people watching. The Puff's adjusting his head. I mean, everybody's just, holy smokes, how does that not go in? Not a whole lot of room to work with here. Your main goal right now is getting over that sand. You want to make sure you're on the green.
Just put it on the green.
Now, the right one slope, oh, he's going to hit a full at it. Look at him go. Look at him go.
This is Haas.
That's how talented he is.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Andy Haas doing Andy Haas things.
How you doing? Yeah.
And once again, here is Paul. You know, he saw Andy shot. Yep.
He's going to do the same thing.
But he knows how hard he hit it and what he has to do to kind of give it a chance to go after it a little bit. So we got a par 3 coming up. This is going to be really fun to watch here, guys, because both these guys are going to be moving the ball, and they're going to be using one of those golden tees, lining things up. They're just going to try to pinpoint this so they can just thumb it right at it.
Now,
or is Andy going to hit a full?
I was going to say.
No, here he is lining things up in the box like I thought he would. I'm not sure about bite. There's a release. Okay, that's left again.
He's pushing his thumb.
And he didn't even get the ball there.
Yeah, he's pushing his thumb just a hair, looks like.
Luna's lining things up, going a little further back in the box, low with no release. Oh, there it is, the release. Okay. He's right.
He's right. So, I think the nerves are starting to come into play.
I agree 100%, and it's okay because we're only human here.
Look, we're used to these guys just walking up, hitting shots, and just walking off the machine and saying, "Hey, I'm done. Who's next?"
Yeah.
These guys are actually having to really start to think about, okay.
And you got to be careful here, Tim, too, because if they hit this ball, there's a chance that it gets in the bunker, trickles off to the left, or if it goes long, it might go in the water. So they got to make sure that they're not so worried about their approach shot. One shot at a time. You get it on that little hill right there.
Absolutely.
And then worry about your next shot.
Good shot there by Andy. And
two great shots right there.
All right, so they're good right here.
Really fun look here. They're both going to, I don't know, but bite makes more sense. That's left. Everything's left for Andy, and that's going to be short. He's going to have to putt out of the fringe there. One of the best thumb putters in the game, so it shouldn't be a problem for Andy, but obviously he did not want that.
Yeah, good.
And
I would naked there all day. I just both of them hit bite and brought it back into him. But again, like we were talking about earlier, maybe they're just not hitting the ball as hard as they would normally hit it.
Yeah, and see that one was the right side of the cup. You know, those are putts that those guys should be putting in center of the cup. Andy had a good one there.
Another easy look on this hole.
Yeah. Surprised with the bite. See, if he didn't have bite on that right there,
Yeah.
release might have been a little bit too aggressive, but that was heading right towards the hole. Especially with, I mean, even though it says 8 wind, he has 4 wind, knowing that it's going to slow it down just a little bit. You take that.
And look, Luna put it a little bit above the hole.
And he is just playing conservative right there. He wasn't even trying for the hole. So I wonder if this next hole is the one that Clint and Gervais just played, where Gervais holed out. We'll find out shortly.
I didn't watch to see if they were playing the same setup or not. So, but not a bad look right here.
No, not a bad look at all. Andy's just firing it away real quick there. He gave it a chance at least this time. He got it, he hit it where he needed to, let the ball roll back, and had the distance down perfect. Now, Paul was able to see what he did exactly. So if he just adjusts that a little bit to the left, the ball is going in the hole. A little bit more to the left.
He did
Give those guys one more shot each, and it's going in.
Wow.
And this is, I mean, what's funny is these guys, was it 8 minutes ago, they were just on hole 7 in regular time, you know?
Yeah.
We were just talking about his frustration with whatever happened. So whatever was bothering him during the regular 18, he's probably going to change, so he feels better about his approach shot in this one.
I just think he was in between clubs. Maybe he just wasn't in the fairway where he exactly wanted to be. So.
And one thing I want to point out is this has been a pretty simple setup so far, you know? These guys are dissecting this, making it look really easy. They've been really fortunate. I'm curious if we're able to see more holes, if no one holds out or no one makes a mistake, how things turn out towards the end of this round. That's going right. Right. That looked really good in the air, and then when it backspun, it just kicked away.
Yeah. So, Paul, a really good chance to hole out right here.
And he did just that. Oh! How about that? Paul Anthony Luna.
And I called it.
You're king of the hill. And look at that. He and his ladies joining him at this tournament. She's excited. They got the groupies behind them.
That's
look at all those ladies. When you're the best Golden Tee in the world, the ladies will come here. They will watch you play live. Congratulations to Paul. Andy, he's not done.
No, not by any means.
No, there's a good chance that we see them play again later on.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. Let's just put it that way. I wouldn't doubt seeing those two back in the finals.
Yeah, so congratulations to Paul. His groupies are, sending their love and praise, and wow, what a match. And there's another one of his groupies, Sean Tickner.
Yeah.
One of his biggest fans.
So they're Matt Profit, I believe. Matt Profit, I believe you're down 40 there, homeboy.
So yeah, here we are. Brian Bernhardt and Boyer. We're here calling some Golden Tee matches for you live from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
pretty exciting way to kind of, waiting for the next match. I mean, we can, we'll have the 5th, 6th match, which will be, Sean Gervais, right? And he'll be playing Ryan McCook, which they've battled a few times before. That'll be a great match.
It's going to be a good match.
And then we still have Andy Haas that's in it. We just saw him lose.
Mr. Jason DeShivo joining in the picture right here. Gotta show his face.
And then who else we got in this still?
So we got Luna sitting on the king of the hill, and obviously Haas is sitting back waiting. McCook and Gervais, I believe, are it.
Yeah. Wow. And here I am just waiting to play again in the purple bracket. Oh, I stand corrected. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've been updated by
Mark Gomez.
So sorry for the incorrect information. So here we are. This is the 5th, 6th match. The winner of these matches will play each other. We got Ryan McCook versus Evan Gossett, 2 familiar faces. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Evan doesn't play with his own face. Right? We all know Evan. That's just one of the more surprising. No, I mean, maybe we need to make a female version for him. But anyways, there he is teeing off. Hidden Temple is the course that was not chosen, but they spin the ball. Yeah. It's a random selection. Ryan McCook's favorite course, right? And I'm surprised that although he made that error in the qualifier, there's times when I was playing daytime, and I'll be playing 2 machines at a time, and he's playing 2 machines at a time, and I kid you not, there was one game that might go in. Look at that. Evan Gossett with the hole out on hole 1. So early lead for Evan. Great shot right there. But there was one time that he was 6 under after 3 holes on both machines. Okay, 2 hole outs on each game, and it's just hard to compete with that. I'm going to be hanging out here for a few more moments. I just heard one of the purple matches called. I'll be called next.
23. Justin Sealy, Brian Bernhardt.
And Burnsy's just got
And I will.
Brian Bernhardt, 23.
I'll be on Machine 23,
He's gonna be
the
on
stream.
23,
So
he'll be right beside the stream. Oh, you're on the stream.
I'll be on it. Remember the name Justin Sealy. Like I said, he's a solid player, and hopefully we can, if we're on the stream after or during this match, hopefully we give you a good show. I'll be back with you guys later.
All right. Good luck, buddy. So with the early lead right here, Evan's up 1. Maddie, you're taking Evan already because he told out, so I guess I got to take McCook. But we'll see what happens. Still early. Hole 2, going into hole 3. I think it's going to come down to the back 9 for these guys, but we'll see how the setup goes. Burnsy's going to be on the stream, so we'll get some of that updated and get him on as well. So nice shot by both these guys. Nice and easy. Moving on to the next hole. Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to come down to the back 9. We'll see how back 9 sets up. But a couple hole outs. Not a bad look here. Should be able to get it into the fairway. Or either way. Thank you. Evan decides to go around to the left. Let's see what McCook does. The left side seems a little bit easier way to come in. So Ryan's going to go to the left side as well. And McCook almost holing out right there. And I think that's why this look is so much better, because you do actually have a pretty decent look at holing out because of the way that the green slopes back into the hole. So Evan's still going to be up 1 going into 6, going into 5. Not a bad look right here. Both these guys should take a pretty good run at it. Evan burning the hole right there and didn't quite hit it as far as he wanted, I don't think. And McCook's going to say, right, yes, the sand wedge is naked, but we'll see what happens. Nope, he's going to try and run it up there. And there you go. So McCook gets the 1 back right there with the hole in 1. So we're going to be even going into 6. And we're all tied back at 8. And who do I have joining me?
My name is Kirk Stimper.
Kirk Stimper.
Hello, Stimp Juice.
Stimp's in the house.
On the leaderboard from time to time. Okay.
So we've talked about this hole quite a bit with McCook.
Yep.
I don't know if you know the background. He did not play this hole very well yesterday.
I didn't see it, but I heard the story. Unpleasantness befell him.
Yep.
Oh, that's
so Evan
pretty.
made a really good run at it right there.
Very nice.
And obviously McCook made a good run because he's on the green as well. So
yep. Tricky
whatever
hole, that one.
Whatever happened yesterday, that's out of his head. He's not thinking about it whatsoever.
Yeah, those new tee boxes and the raised tee are what bring the top of that arch into play with even with a low tee 10.5, and that time it didn't hurt him.
That's what we've been talking about earlier. Burnsy and I were talking about the raised tee boxes, and if you don't pay attention to that, you hit the top of that archway.
Yeah, it'll get you.
So McCook going the uneasy way, let's put it that way.
Well,
unpreferred.
Depends on who you talk to. I love that way. I will choose that strip every time. Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So he's okay. That's why a lot of players have stopped going for that strip, but we'll see what happens. Evan, good shot right there.
Okay, the mystical 9-wood. How far will it go? Only perfect.
And it's because
Nicely
he's
done.
been playing with that club and he knows it.
Yep.
I actually just put that club in my bag because I was asking Mouth, and he sent me the videos of the distances between the 7, 8, and 9 wood. And
Yeah.
the distances are all within 2 yards of each other, let's say.
Yeah.
But the difference is just the height that you get out of the 7 and the 8 and the 9. The 9 obviously is going to be the higher wood.
Yeah.
But it's one of those clubs. One, I have not gotten used to it, so I had to take it back out for this weekend. And two, again, it's like you just said, how far is it going to go?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have.
Oh,
a
my
hole-in-one
goodness.
by-
That is pretty. That was pretty.
Because I have found that hitting that 9 wood, I have not been able to be consistent enough yet to know exactly how far it's going to go. And Evan making a run at it and just didn't hit it high enough. So that's going to put McCook back up 1.
Okay.
Going into 9.
Okay, this can be really tricky, this one.
Not a bad look. A little bit longer than what we've seen already so far with a couple of the other guys.
3 versus 4.
But he's going to hit the high 3 and be just fine. And actually might almost hold it out. Right?
Made that
Nice
look
shot there,
easy.
Ryan. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you see somebody stick that and make it look that quick and easy. It's oftentimes difficult to set yourself up right, feel confident.
So Evans
going with a 4 wood.
Going with a 4 instead.
Okay.
Trying to run it up to that hole instead of right at it. So not bad. They're still going to be okay. Those of you just joining or just getting on the stream, McCook is making the run through the loser's bracket. He lost to Clint Grover in extra holes on Baja. What seems like 12 hours ago, but it wasn't that long ago. So they're making a run. Now, earlier he did water this hole, so perfect shot right there.
Standard 4 wood high tee on the left side. That will play on stone, which plays exactly like fairway. Same distance, same spin.
Evan making a run at it right there. Pretty close.
In attack mode.
Good shot. Yep.
Looks good.
He doesn't have to get anxious yet. He's still got plenty of holes to play. We've got eight holes to go. So nothing really to get, anxious about. I was going to say, as soon as Ryan hit that ball, he didn't think he didn't like that very much. So Ryan's still going to be up at 1 after 10. Do we have an update on? I just saw it on the bottom. Bernhardt and Seeley. We'll put that up probably on the split screen, so we'll see those guys in just a little bit.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So we're going to stay with this match, and we'll keep the updated for Bernsey until this match is over, and then we'll maybe slip over. So. Evan, good shot at it right here. This has got a
Very
good
nice.
Just checked up a little bit too much.
It's a fun hole. It's fun to be able to eagle this one now.
Yeah, I like the look on this hole.
Okay, this one can be interesting. A tale of two temples. I like this.
And it's going to bring it right down to the hole. Nice shot by the Ryan right there.
Yeah, use the fat of the green. Take being short out of the equation.
Evans looks like he's going to
on
come
the
around
right
the
side.
other. He's going to go to the other side and try to bring it back to the hole. Two totally different good shots. I mean, both great shots.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
two totally different ways to look at that hole.
For sure. And that's the fun of this hole and the fun of this course is the variety of different approaches that you can take to each of the holes, and there are no wrong answers.
Right. Now, I've talked about this earlier for a lot of you guys. If you're just now joining us and didn't listen to what we were saying earlier, I had a discussion with Mouth about this play right here, and we'll see it coming up. This is going to play as path. It says path. But what you don't realize is there is actually grass in between those stones. So if you go to thumb this ball right here and you're under 100, you could come up way short.
Yeah.
And that's what I did yesterday in qualifying, and I've done it quite a bit. But I didn't know there was grass there, and you can't see, obviously you can't see the grass looking at it right there.
Sure, but you can still.
And there's a whole lot of it.
That's pretty. My goodness.
So if you
now
guys
we're dead even.
Yeah, so we're back to even. So if you guys are wondering if the path, if the reason why that's not coming out the way it should, there's grass in that pathway that's catching the ball.
So is it between the seams
Yes.
of the stones themselves?
Correct.
So pay attention as to whether you are in the middle of a slab of stone or in between them.
So
and perhaps give it more if you are in a
little
seam.
bit, yeah. Just hit a solid shot. You just want to be able to hit a solid shot. So Evan made a good little run right there. Not a bad look. Ryan's definitely going to take a look at this and make sure he's got the right setup of what he wants. And McCook just burns it right by. So they're still going to be even. Even going into 15. 17 obviously is the hole we're going to be looking for. See how that setup is.
Okay, this can be dicey. This is Ninewood City for
here's
sure.
Here's the Ninewood.
Yep. Safe as kittens.
That's a great shot. And both of them hitting the 9. So Ryan just saw what Evan did, so he can make a little bit of adjustment.
You have a 9-1 in your bag?
That's what I was just talking about. I put it in the bag.
You do have it for this one?
I have a different bag. So I have a different bag. I'm trying to learn that 9.
Yeah.
But I went back to my 8-wood for play today. So.
Okay. I have an 8-wood on my bag for this one.
But I like the 9. The 9 looked good right there.
The 9 looked real good.
So hole 16, no issues. Should be pretty easy to get through. Again, it's going to look at the setup for 17 to see how that works out. So the update on Bernsey and Seeley. Surprisingly, after 45 holes, they have played an amazing amount of games in 5 minutes.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get going. I might have a cab here to go catch a flight.
So, well, good luck, Stemp. See you later. Be safe, man.
Thanks for having me.
So,
bye, everybody.
So Gervais is up 2 after 5 holes, not 45 holes. He's up 2 after 5 holes. So we'll keep you updated on that. That's only in the bottom. Evans just below the hole. Should not be an issue. McCook obviously is there. He's going to put him in. Nope, he's not. But he's still there, so he's fine. So we're going to be even going into 17. Let's see what this look is on 17. And this isn't a bad look, but it's definitely one you want to make sure that you're on the green. And Evan's safe and perfect. That's a perfect shot. The only thing better than just would have been a hole in one. So Ryan's going to look at this, hit basically the same shot, and get just a little bit closer. So we're going to go into 18, which probably isn't going to be any issues at all. So if I had to call it, we're probably going to see extra holes here. So 30 under both of them after 17. Kind of a dangerous hole setting for where the pin is on that bottom, but they're not being aggressive. They're just going to get on there and get their par, get their birdie, get their whatever, and get out of there. So Ryan taking a little look here. I don't think he's going to try and hold it out, but he definitely wants to make sure he's got a decent putt. Puts it right there by the hole. So these guys are going to move on to extra holes.
I got the okay to sit down here.
And
Hey, buddy.
With
What are we doing?
Adam, with Evan having honors, so he'll have the first honors for the extra holes. So I got Mr. Adam Fitzgerald joining me.
Yeah.
We're going into extra holes with these guys.
Woo! Good time to sit down.
Yeah.
Who got up?
How you doing?
I'm still in the purple.
What?
These guys keep letting me win stuff. I'm
You're
like
paying the right guys.
6-1. Nobody's paying anybody.
You're paying the right guys.
If you drop 30s in the purple, they let you win.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Or
will do it.
29s, whatever.
Or
it was.
29s. So basically, you should be in the purple.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you see me shoot yesterday? I could barely hit the track ball.
So Burnsy's still up 2 after 7 holes. We'll get you on that one here in just a little bit.
How am I not on the stream of the purple bracket when Burnsy is? Come on, yo. Who's running this thing? Okay. All right, it's fair. So extras here.
Yes.
All right,
This
I'll
is
try
hole 19.
I'm bad at the whole golden tee part of this thing, so that's all you.
Yeah, hole 19. I'm expecting a hole out, obviously, from one of these guys. Because it's just way
We've had
been.
some fireworks. I was playing right next to these guys earlier,
Yeah.
and I watched the Luna match.
And with this
obviously.
1 mile an hour wind, this is
This
dead
might
on
go right
here.
there.
Right there.
Oh!
So
Oh, right away.
McCook's he knows what he's got to do.
Woo.
He's sitting perfect.
I sit down for fireworks. Yo, fantastic.
And he's got a good look at it. Just got to make sure he hits the right
Yes.
shot.
Good thumbs, right?
And he's
Nope.
just a little bit right. He knew it. So that went all of one hole.
Yeah,
so
one
McCook-
hole in extras. Congrats, meow.
So profit, you get a little bit of your money back. I see. I hear you.
Yeah.
So Evan gets to move on. Evan's going to wait for the winner of the Gomez.
Gervais. Gomez-Gervais match.
Right, correct.
I'm keeping up with that match because my boy, Markey. What a run by him this weekend.
So we got here. We're moving on to
This is a
moving over
purple
to the
bracket.
moving over to the purple bracket. Burnsy and Seeley. Again, Brian was talking about. I believe his name is Justin, right? Justin. Seeley?
Actually, I don't know this guy.
I think it's,
So I'm on you on this one.
That's why I'm going to mention his name. He is a guy to be watching for. Brian said he's watched
Gotcha.
him play, talked to him quite a bit. He's an up-and-coming player, so remember
Awesome.
that name, Seeley.
Remember that name, Justin Seeley.
Justin Seeley.
All right. How you been this weekend, man?
I've been great.
Haven't had to hang out, or haven't got to
I
hang
know.
out with you a whole bunch, but a little
been
bit.
doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Played the 2 worst games of the weekend, of course, today.
Today,
So
that's
You
typical.
got to love that, but
Yeah, that's typical.
it's okay. I come to these things to have a good time, see
Yeah.
my family, see my friends,
Amen.
and,
Amen.
and just
I,
hang out. I mean, the golden tee part of this stuff is extra.
Like, yeah, it's like way down the list for you.
No.
Me too. So, honestly, I wasn't going to come to this tournament. It was in Evansville, and nothing against Evansville's. But when I heard it was Nashville, I made my fiance, I guess, decided she wanted to come, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. But I've played maybe 30 games in the last 2 months prior to here since St. Louis, and so I'm clueless. I don't know the new boxes. I don't know Pine. I don't know anything. But I'm somehow 6-1 today. They let me win some games. So
There you go.
yesterday was rough.
Sometimes it happens. So Burnsy missing a chip right there. So is that going to put him down?
Yep.
He's still up one.
He's up one. Yep.
Still up one.
We got the new match here starting with Gervais and Gomez, and they draw Pine.
And he just clears the water. So Mark, we've talked about it earlier. Mark has had a really good run all weekend. He's been playing really smooth. He had that hiccup earlier when he lost, and he didn't play. It wasn't the real Mark Gomez. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't Mark.
I didn't see the match. He just said that he had lost. It was against Andy, right? Haas,
he just didn't play his normal games.
So Mark, I got a lot of insight on Mark. Obviously, he plays with me. He plays at our location at our Levante Lounge in Wisconsin. And he's been playing a lot of games lately. I think he played like 450 last month. So he's been playing a lot of games. Never been a guy, though, that's done that. I don't think he has 10,000 lifetime rounds in yet. So he's still definitely an up-and-comer, too.
Yeah.
And a top qualifier. What a weekend for Mark. He's been showing that the last few tournaments, so this isn't just out of the blue.
Absolutely. He's been playing really, really solid GT.
He begs me, almost daily to come down and play with him. And in the summer, I just don't have the time. And, I should. God, we could push each other, get better and better. But You know,
Fitz he has been on a roll lately. Fitz is,
I'm a great match.
You won the pink in St. Louis.
So in Orlando, I was king of the hill in the purple bracket, and I got double dipped by Puff.
That's right.
And then, so I was 6-0 or whatever the hell I was going to that. And then I won I had a terrible Saturday again in St. Louis, but I rolled the pink as I probably should. I shouldn't be in there. But you know what? This weekend's proven that's not easy. Look at the guys that were in the pink today that couldn't do it. You know.
My goal today or this weekend was to at least qualify for the purple, and if I did, be in the middle because I didn't want to be in the top or the bottom.
Right.
Because there's so many good players here.
Oh, the purple is loaded.
But even then, you had a couple guys who didn't qualify well yesterday, who are in the pink. So it made the pink bracket even tougher as well. So.
Bacon and Puff and I'm forgetting the guy from Texas. Whatever. Great players down there. So.
Maddie, I'll take Gomez. I'll take Gomez for the 20 back.
Oh, I love. Obviously, you know where my money's on here. I love Sean too, though. Great dude.
Sean's a great player. He's definitely one we've talked about. Plays stouts. He's changed the stouts, but he plays them differently than most.
You know, he does because.
So if you want to see a different kind of way of playing stouts,
I'm sure you've talked about it, but I qualified with him yesterday.
Yeah.
And man, you can't. I don't care how good you are. You aren't going to follow Sean around the course. The guy cuts the ball all the time. He with stouts, you know.
Yeah. So if you think you're going to follow him around, you're dead wrong.
And I knew I wasn't going to. I just, oh, Mark, come on. It wasn't his fault. I qualified like poop yesterday, you know. But yeah, thanks, Rhino. I've been on a roll. I'm a good match play player. That's just the way it is. I don't know. I get focused, you know. I have trouble.
And Gervais
came up short on the fringe.
Missed his putt.
It was short. It was in the fringe, kind of hooked, and he didn't get there.
So they're still tied.
We're tied up.
So we're still tied.
We're at 16 in here in the purple bracket match.
Burnsy's still up 1.
Hey, Bacon. This is the guy that angered me and lost in the pink bracket, Todd Clark.
So this hole on 23 that Burnsy and these guys are playing, there's a couple ways to play it. I've seen just about everybody going around the long side, but I like playing the alleyway.
Yep, I play the alleyway every time.
Yeah.
It's huge because it doesn't look huge, but anywhere in that short alleyway, nothing, the 4, the 5 wood, whatever it is, doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, and see, Justin missed that shot right there, and now he's going to be stuck.
So if you play to that alleyway, you can hit a 4 or 5 wood, even a 3 wood. Everything gets over the second set of trees.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's no reason, for me, there's no reason not to go to that alleyway. But to each their own. Obviously, these guys are as good or better than I am. Obviously, they're machine 25 way better. But so I get it. You know, everybody's got their own thing. But I hate that course, so that's the only hole I know on that whole course.
Yeah.
I've played it like 8 times, maybe 7 times.
Graham's talking
Graham
to you.
Batch, what's up, buddy? Team Atlanta, not here. Well, we got a few Team Atlanta
we
guys
got
here. Don't
quite a
get me
few
wrong.
Team Atlantas.
We got Art Devise. We got I hung out with Adam Harris downtown Nashville. We got some guys here.
Oh, we got some guys.
Miss you, Graham.
Absolutely. So good shot right there by Sean. Let's see if Mark goes his same way. This actually isn't a bad look to get you to the other side.
Yeah,
sometimes this is just a 3-shot hole, no matter how you look at it.
Mark hits this high 10.5 almost every time. I don't love it.
I don't know if he caught the limb
I think he did catch a tree there or something.
But still not a bad look. He should be able to make it through the trees.
This is hard, man.
5 wood.
Burnsy's up 4.
All right, so Burnsy's up 4. So we're going to go straight up to the full screen on the Gomez match.
That's not good for me for Burnsy. I don't want to have to play Burnsy. I'll beat him, but I don't want to play him. No, it's all
Gino,
good.
welcome, Betty.
Hey, Gino.
Good to hear from you.
Man, I miss commentary. The downside, you know, Rhino there said earlier that I've been playing pretty good in tournaments. I have been playing pretty good in tournaments. The downside of it is I don't get to commentate.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the joys of going 0-2. I can sit here.
I just went and
that's a good.
Oh, nice shot, Marky. I just went and reported my scores to Sobel, and I looked at the next matches. I'm like, I got a little while. Maybe I can go sneak in over there. And then somebody got up, and perfect. All right. It's Pine. You know what? One stroke is not the end on this course by any means.
There's so many swing holes on this course.
Yeah, for sure.
So you just never know.
For sure. And 17 is Brutes. It does kind of straighten out in the middle. I don't know Pine all that well. I mean, I could probably tell you what most of the shots are, but
You shot there by
I
shot.
really struggle for, me being an average whatever player I am. I really struggle in the first 5 holes and then the last couple. You know what I mean? So
the middle can play.
the middle can kind of straighten out a little bit.
Yeah, can kind of get you back into a groove.
Yeah, so I expect them guys to, stay pretty close here. Maybe
Mark making a run right there.
We'll see what happens.
He's going to be still down after
6. Got to get my mic out of the way to drink here. Sorry. It is a Golden Tee tournament, so when in doubt, I just
when in doubt.
Yeah.
So
what are you gonna do? I think it's our first time together in the booth, bud.
I think it is too.
Have you done a bunch of this?
Yeah.
I mean, God knows I've done enough.
Yeah, I have. I enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
Do you like the long? Well, you said you how well do you really know Pine?
I mean, I know well enough to commentate on it if that's true.
So I played the short layup there. I don't understand. I mean, I see why a lot of the guys come long.
I typically go long.
Or go long, but you can lay up short of that corner and have a 5-wood in all day long.
I feel better about holing out with a 9 or an 8 iron. I think it's just easier.
Gotcha.
It's a thumb shot for these guys for the most part. And as much as sometimes that longer wood is easier to hole or kind of stick close,
good shot right
I think
there
a hole-out shot with the iron is just a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I think that's why
that makes sense.
These guys are going to go up there for the most part.
Yeah.
Now, if it would set up where it was a pain to get up there and risky, then they're just going to stay back, right? But now, it's not risky to get up there. This one is
here's another one.
This is like a high 5, high 4 around the corner here.
But instead of messing with those trees, I like laying up right here on this corner.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this one here, I got this one down too. This is just high 5, high 4 around the corner here. You can actually go straight ahead here too, like this. So Mark and
I didn't know
figured that one out a long way. so that changes that whole little
there you
for
go.
you, don't
so
it?
absolutely. Yeah. So that look, I'll need to remember that look.
Yeah, it's there almost every time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were going to hit a high 5 or high 4 hook, you can hit the high 5 over, even a high 6 sometimes. So
just something to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another hole coming up here. I can show you maybe another look too that I just wish it's not that I don't know the shots on Pine. I've only put it, like I said, maybe, I don't know, 8 times now, but I get in trouble in the first few holes.
Right.
Trying to drive 1, trying to drive 2, and it just seems like, what machine was that? For me, or was that the other Adam guy? All right, I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Well, we need a backup here. Is it you? So you want to do this?
So Sean.
All right. So we'll I got to go play.
Good luck.
Yeah. We'll get Burnsy back in here.
Mr. Pink Bracket.
Purple. I know. I'm the only 2-time defending champ. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Burnsy will sit down here with you and
so I got the winner
talk about how much he doesn't want to play me.
That's right. So Brian's going to sit here for a minute.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Good luck, Adam. So this course I haven't had a chance to commentate on this course yet, but it seems like almost every hole on this course, there are several different ways to play it. You just saw where Mark was a little bit short, Sean was a little bit long, so they're both on the green, so they should be fine. But I have found now that if you lay up close to that bunker, it's an easy 6-wood over in. So if you don't have the outwind to get you to that corner and you don't want to cut it in, Burnsy, you can get it to that bunker and just 6-wood over.
Right, yeah, you sure can. And I'm not sure, was the end of my match, was that on here? I just want to make something clear as far as my putt in the water. I was trying to lag my putt, and it did not go as planned. So I told Justin, had he not hit the shot the way he did, I would have been a little more aggressive.
We didn't.
We didn't? Okay.
We cut away from because you were up 4 and we went straight
away. Okay, cool. I hit a bad putt on 17, so if that was viewed by everybody, I just wanted to make something clear that was a bad lag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, got a chance to play Justin, like I mentioned before I went to play, and he did not play his best game.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good. I wish I played this way yesterday.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm glad to be back here. And
so as I was explaining to this one, I haven't had a chance to really talk about this course, but almost every hole, just about, there's several different ways you can play these holes.
Yeah, there really is, and you'll see that each player doesn't really matter what balls they have. It really all depends what clubs they're using and what they're used to, where they're putting themselves in the fairway. I do, what's really interesting too is I'm able to, talk to you guys, call this match between Sean Gervais and Mark Gomez. I just played these exact conditions, so I know what's coming up. I know the exact look, so when we get to hole 18.
Is this the same look you just had?
This is exactly the same, yeah.
Nice.
Hole 18 is not drivable. I'll tell you that right now. So it's 380 with a 14 wind in the face.
Oh,
so you got these guys that are playing stouts. They got 7 wind in their face. It'll be really interesting to see if it stays the way that it is with the 1-stroke difference, if they're able to go for it on hole 18. But there's a whole bunch of holes in between there, and something might change by the time we get there.
Absolutely. So Mark rolling his eyes right there because he knows that was a close shot. Wanted to get that one in. Still down 1 after 11. But like Bernsey just said, we've got quite a few holes yet to go that could swing it.
And this is one of them right here. I went for this.
I thought you hit a great shot. We were watching you when you hit this shot.
Yeah, and that's where I got a little worried when he got that stroke on me. He had a good shot too.
And then Justin was right there behind you.
He made his chip. I missed mine. But yeah, the high 10.5 is definitely there. And Mark has an opportunity right now if he wants to try to get that stroke back. The one thing you have to worry about when you guys were watching earlier, Justin's shot, he was about a yard or 2 from getting wet.
Right.
So if you don't hit this
solid
top on,
yeah.
You're going to drop and get. No, you'd only lose 1 stroke. It'll drop you close. He might even be able to chip in for birdie if he gets wet. So
I think
this is a perfect opportunity for him to get 1 stroke back.
So he's definitely going to look at it.
I think he's going to hit it. I mean, he's got it lined up with the 10.5.
Justin Sealy, machine 23.
Yeah, anything on that right side, just over that edge, you're golden. Because the trees really don't. If anything, the trees help you stay in play.
Right. I think this is going to be. I think if he hits this 145, 146, he's going to land it on the green. There's 146.
And he's in great shape.
Okay, so obviously that's the best. That was as hard as he can hit it.
Yeah.
Well short but safe, and he's got a chip for Eagle. This is kind of a chip for Eagle also for Sean. Just because he's 96 yards away doesn't mean it's, these are pretty simple looks.
Yeah.
I was able, when I got my lead on Justin earlier, I was able to chip in out of the sand on a hole, and as long as you line yourself up, just because you're not just off the green, they're still pretty easy for these guys.
Yeah.
He needs this to go in, and it does. Look at that.
That's a great shot. So he gets the stroke back because he took that chance.
Yeah, exactly. And those are opportunities. Sean knows. He's like, hey, I'm not going to chance it. And one of those things to where it was really important who was going first.
Right.
If Mark was going first, and maybe he doesn't try for it. Who knows? We'll never know. This is an interesting pin spot, and the tee being a little bit closer, but. They're going to want to hit short of the green here, and then they want it to bounce up on the green, spin back towards the hole, which is exactly what he did.
Shot. So, again, that goes back to the point of...
And real quick, Tim, look at this.
Yeah.
2 different approach shots. One went around the right, and one is
right.
going around the left. But what were you saying?
To my point of where do you make your choice of, okay, this is a hole I'm going to make my run at. Great shot by Sean right there.
Yeah,
just babied it in there.
I wanted to do that. I play streaks on this course, so I don't have as much backspin, and I had to go around the right-hand side. But for me, it really depends on what the person does before me. If I don't have honors in it, I just don't know. If I don't have honors, I get to watch and see what he does.
Right.
And that a certain hole's coming up. They haven't seen the look. I saw it, so I was able to comment on it a little bit earlier. But after Mark takes a look at it and sees Sean's laying up, it's just all of a sudden he's thinking, okay, the door's open right here.
Right.
That's going to go right towards the hole.
That one bounce. We just got really loud all of a sudden. No, it's all good. So then Sean saw Mark right here. I still played
that wind is pushing it right. He didn't get it far enough left there.
But look, he played a little baby cut, so that actually affected it as well.
Hole 16, the par 5. Was that on when I was playing?
No.
Okay.
Because once you went up 4, we cut away.
Tough look on 16. 15's pretty straightforward. You got your par 5. But 16, I'm going to guess they're both going to lay it up on the fairway and go through the woods. The problem is that the pin is tucked to the bottom, or top right, bottom right. It's hard to kind of, the green slopes down towards the water, so it's the top of the green, but it's the front right if you're looking at it from the tee. And it's a very difficult shot to get close because of where it's at. So be really interesting to see how these guys approach the next hole. This one right here, there's really nothing to it. You know, you can be aggressive.
Good shot there by Sean.
Yeah, definitely good shot. He might thumb an 8-wood. I don't know if he thumbs or not, but that
he does.
He can palm hit this 5 hybrid to get enough distance. Yeah,
that's what he's going to do.
I love the eyebrow raise before he makes contact with the ball.
He didn't like it as soon as he hit it, so we're going to be all tied going into
16, the par
16.
5.
See if this is the look that you're talking about.
Nice deep tee box, 9 wind.
Now, Fitz and I were just talking about this. I've seen most everybody, and I commented earlier, most everybody has been going long around the back.
That's how I played this.
I like the alleyway, and that's what Mark's going to sit here and do with the wind in the face. Just going to lay it up right there.
But look, see where that pin's at, though? That's going to be, it's going to be hard to get close.
Right.
These guys, they're going to be about 30, 40 feet away with,
right.
with a right 5, right 6 putt. Not an easy putt to make on Sunday.
Unless you can get it right there and just let it fall underneath the pin, so you just got the up slope. So let's see how these guys end up.
See, it's really hard because those trees are going to come in play here. You got to be real, because you're going to have to cut the ball. You want to make sure that you just get on the green. Oh, he went far left.
He put a really big
Whoa, what a shot by Mark.
That might be one of the shots of the day right there.
Dodging the tree, hitting the fringe, and putting himself within 15 feet on a very difficult look.
That was a great shot.
That's going to be, even better. Look at that.
Look at 2 great shots.
I guess that's a different perspective from going in the fairway from where I was. You know,
right.
I didn't have that opportunity of playing that green on that short part of the green. So all square going into 18. It's I hit a high 8 iron or 17, excuse me. 16 wind. We might have the winner determined after the end of this hole.
Yep. Did you go right or left?
I went right. I hit a high 8 iron with I've got a spinny 8 iron. So high 8 iron with backspin. No, I stuck the green. I ended up missing my, but that's going to go right on it. Great shot by Gomez.
Look at
that. There's a reason why that man was a #1 qualifier yesterday. He is on quite the run, playing some of the best Golden Tee he's ever played.
Yeah, and I'll repeat what I said earlier. The guy that played earlier that lost, that was not Mark Gomez. No. I don't know who that was, but
I wonder
this is the Mark Gomez we saw all day yesterday.
I wonder if that's sudden death stuff. You know, playing so many holes, the under pressure, like that really puts a heavy toll on your emotions.
Yeah, good shot there by Sean as well. So they're going to be all square going into 18.
Yeah, and it's usually a drivable par 4. Mark's got the box here. He's got honors, and be really interesting. Let's look at his face when he sees the look. I'm a people watcher. I'm a face watcher.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Everybody watch his eyes when he sees this 380-yard look with a 14 wind in your face at 5 o'clock.
Well,
there it is.
Yeah, he's doing the math.
Yeah, he just kind of chuckled to himself. He's like, yeah, not going to go for that today. Sean's going to be in an interesting position. I highly doubt he goes for it.
You know Sean's not going to go for it.
What are we at here? This looks like hole 18.
And that's a great shot.
Yeah.
No, because Bernsey just played it.
I mean, maybe the 8.5 with stouts, you could possibly get it up there, but the risk-reward factor is not there.
So the pin's in the bottom right. Both these guys are going to have a chance to use the entire green to roll it down towards the hole.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a great opportunity here. How aggressive do you want to be with that little nook in the sand? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another guy.
So is the 7? How much is that 7 going to play in their face, Brian, coming in?
Well, no,
you know,
honestly, guys, if you're looking at
it looks like he's putting a roll on this, and so he's actually going after this one right here. And that's going to be a little bit left.
So not bad.
Not horrible. That 7 wind, it will play a role in it. And Sean saw what happened. He's going to aim it a little bit more to the right. Now that's straight at it. That's going to go left also. See, that left one is just such a big left one when you're rolling downhill like that. So we're going to have overtime here. Overtime is great. We've got 3 holes that are all drivable for the most part.
And Mark's got honors.
Yeah, Mark's got honors. Hole 2 could be the deciding factor.
Let's see. When's the last time the number one qualifier won an event?
The last time Luna was number one qualifier, I would assume.
Which was St. Cloud?
Could be, yeah. I mean, it's a good question. You would think that doesn't happen often. A lot of times, you're number one qualifier, you might not win the tournament. But assuming Luna's been the number one qualifier at some point in the last year and a half.
I don't think he was in St. Louis, but I think he was in St. Cloud. Yep. Thank you, whoever that is.
And there we got Justin Seeley, a Machine 23 guy I just played against. Solid player out of Texas. There's like 13 of them from his neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And half of them had to play each other at some point in the bracket as well. But when you bring that many people with you, but when you got 13 people in a field of 177, that's nearly
good.
10% of the field.
I'm pretty stoked that we had so many Florida players here this weekend. So I was pretty happy.
So you got Adam Fitzgerald and Justin Seeley playing on Hidden Temple. They're all square after 5. Sudden death here. We'll keep you posted on the Seeley-Fitzgerald match.
So Mark's going to sit and take a look at this.
You got a 143, which is a backspin. Wow, he's on the green. I would have liked to release or roll on that one, actually.
I agree with you.
But now the pressure's on Sean here. He's got to hit a solid shot to make sure that he gets on the green.
And if I remember correctly, he almost didn't clear the water when they started this match.
Interesting. And he's probably thinking about that right now. He knows that Mark just hit it 142. He knows he needs to hit it at least 142 miles per hour on that shot meter to clear the water and to give him a chance. 140, is that enough? Is that enough? Just enough. He's got a chip to stay alive against Gomez. Gomez has about a 30-foot putt there. Oh, that was a bad chip. He knew it the second he hit it. So no pressure on this 41-foot right one for Mark Gomez. He's going to go just hit it. Look at that confidence.
Yeah.
Mark Gomez moves on.
Moving on.
Congratulations to Mark Gomez. Good run for Sean Gervais.
Absolutely.
A 5th, 6th finish for him, correct?
Really well, yes.
Mark Gomez is going to find himself being a top 4 finisher here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Adam Fitzgerald.
So, of course, Fitz giving him the high five because those guys play together all the time. We were talking about earlier when Fitz was sitting here. So, of course, he was pulling for Gomez.
Yeah.
Good shot there by Fitz.
Now, he's got it teed high, so you lose your backspin or your biter. But still a good shot nonetheless.
So here we are. I was explaining to Fitz earlier who Justin Seeley is. It's like he's a guy to be up and coming. So remember that name.
Yeah, for sure. I know talent when I see it, and he definitely has it. The nerves are definitely there, and you'll get a chance to see that right now.
And that's just come from not being in the tournaments and not playing.
Not playing in them. What I gather is if you're into, and that's a great putt right there, saving getting your eagle. Those are tough putts to make at these tournaments. But if you have an opportunity to come to Dallas and get a chance to meet him, you'll see a different version. This is all stuff he's going to put in his back pocket, keep it in the back of his head, and he's going to be able to grow. And making a great run in the purple bracket. But yeah, he made a couple small mistakes against me, and other than that, he played some really good golf.
So Adam going to the corner, like I was talking to Stimp earlier. Stimp he was sitting here for maybe 2 minutes, and he had to go catch a taxi. But he likes going to the grass. I said, I think that the risk reward there is, I think this is just a little bit easier a shot to get to.
Yeah. And those are just things right there. He went to hit his shot. His hand accidentally hit the button. Those are just, hopefully didn't affect his shot. He's a little further back. This is going to be tough here because you do not want, you got the wind behind your back. But if you're short here, you got to worry about that temple right there on the left side. There's a chance he gets wet here, unfortunately. Right. He hit it great.
That's a great shot. And it's obviously, like you said, you and I are both people person. We can look at people and kind of read their faces. You can definitely see the anxiety on Justin's face.
Right.
It's just, hey, I'm playing Paul Fitzgerald. Well, Adam Fitzgerald. Fitz is known. He's won several tournaments. He's a very good player.
Wait, by winning several tournaments, like winning the pink bracket, right? But it still counts. He's won brackets.
Yeah, he's won some games, and
he's a seasoned veteran. He's been around the game for a long time. He knows.
Even though he's not playing as many games as he would like to, he still knows what he's doing.
And anybody that gets their hands inside of the Golden Tee computer and is as knowledgeable as he is about the game, those people. They can succeed at any given time. He could fire up one of the best games of his life at any point. You just never know what's going to happen. Pretty straightforward shot right there. Just kind of
Maddie, you don't get first take just because you're down 40. Piece of crap.
I wouldn't be surprised if he
I would
gives this one a good
I
run.
would take Fitz too. So we're tied on that one. Sorry. We could bet on the Gomez Gossett match. How about that?
Gossett's on fire.
Mantooth, how you doing, buddy?
Good shot there for Justin. Big Meat. Didn't get a chance to ask what the meat stood for, but well, a lot of cool names nonetheless around here. It's really cool putting nicknames to faces and real names and asking. I love asking the story.
Sometimes you know the nickname before you know the person, and you
Right.
look down the screen, you're like, oh, so you're that guy.
Yeah. I love it when it's like I introduce myself. It's like, oh, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Brian. Oh, you Brian B? Yeah, Brian. So it's one of those more obvious nicknames.
That's right.
Me and Josh M and Eddie G. We're a few, just a few of us left. And now you can see Evan Gossett. You saw his reaction when he pulled out. He had the borderline walk away. He knew it was in, and the ball creeping the hole.
Yeah, and then
he's feeling good.
Just pushed his just a little bit left.
So I think at this point, you're looking at a guy that is Evan's on a mission. He hasn't won in a very long time. Mark Gomez, breath of fresh air, top 4 finish right now. He's going to be cruising. He might be a little bit more aggressive in this match than we've seen all day, knowing
he's already there.
Yeah, this is you want. Obviously, when you come to these tournaments, you want to win the tournament, but getting your face in that picture, being a top 4 finisher, winning the purple bracket, those are things that are really important to a lot of guys.
Yeah.
All square after one for Meow Chopper, Evan Gossett, and that's another name. I don't know where it comes from. But it's one of those names he's had for a long time. I think he changed his name one time when he had one of his daughters, and there's a little bit of a trend for a year or so where some of the players were changing their names based on their kids. Is that going to go in? No, that's wide right. Not Scott Norwood style, but still a little bit wide.
Matt, I'm going to take Evan.
As Mark Gomez holds out, he takes Evan. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
that's
something?
That's probably be a stretch. I should stay with Mark, but I'll take Evan. I think this is going to be a great match. I think this is going to be one of the better matches we've seen this afternoon.
And this is one of those courses, too, there's not a whole lot of holes. Like, there's a whole lot should determine the winner of this game.
17. It may come down to 17.
Yeah, very well could. You're right about that. I hope it doesn't.
So Gino's saying it's based on a movie. You're talking about Evan's thing based on a movie? So talking about name changes, some of the guys end up being fathers, like Brad Stewart. So he changed his to right now he's Reagan's
dad, right?
So I know that's the reason behind some of the guys changing.
I think Kinsler, who's watching, I think Greg changed his name when he had his daughter. Yep. So it's cool, It's a proud moment for us dads out there, and I know Evan's a proud girl dad, so and we're happy for him as well.
Absolutely. So we're getting the background of why I guess we have Meow Chopper. Came from Super Troopers. All right. Cool.
Be careful how much you say meow, because before you know it, Meow Coin is going to pop up on your Facebook feed nonstop.
So you'll be seeing nothing but a bunch of cats.
Yeah, there's I wouldn't click on that link.
So Evan going the one way, Mark's going the other way.
Did he hit it?
And he's there.
Just got it, yeah.
I like this way a whole lot better, Brian. I think you have a better chance of holding out because of the way the green slopes back in.
Yeah, it's usually the wind a lot of times is going right to left on this hole. That might
good shot by Evan.
But yeah, I love it. The way that comes out of the rough, he's going to go down to a 3-bird maybe, or no, he's going to hit the 9-wood.
And just thumb it nice and easy.
Yeah, so you got a 3.5 wind going left to a right 3 going right, and he's going to just miss it.
Wow.
2 really good shots on it.
And 2 different ways of coming in.
Exactly. So these are those looks where
this is a great look.
He likes it. Ooh, and you can see this reaction there at the end. And I don't know if Gomez, if he's watching the shot meter, if he's seeing where he's lining up, how he changes his game based on what the other player did.
Right.
And that's going to be,
wow.
Good run for Gomez right there. He saw it. He didn't like the total backspin, so he went down. He did the bite shot. I think that was the right play right there.
So, James, just catching back up, this is the losers bracket semis. The winner of this match will play Haas, and then the winner of that game will play Luno. So we're not quite to the losers bracket finals. We're almost there.
Yeah, so the winner of this match will play Andy Haas, right?
Yeah.
Or the winner of this match will play Andy Haas. Loser will get 4th place. Moving right along. It's, wow, 6:30.
Good shot
Time
right
flies
here.
when you're having fun. Beautiful Nashville, Tennessee.
So we've talked about hole 6 here, obviously, quite a bit today. So earlier, when McCook was, and I don't think you were sitting here beside me, were you here with the McCook-Andy Fox match?
I don't think so, no.
So we had this look on 6. Andy didn't go far enough right to see that opening beside the tree. So he tried to play a shot through and missed. He got through the arch, hit the last temple, or whatever you want to call it, and water.
Oh, yeah, and it went left, right?
Yes.
Yes, it caught that. I did see that.
But then McCook went all the way far right, saw the opening, and was wide open. I haven't had a chance to talk to Andy, but I'm wondering why he didn't push all the way right to see that look, because he missed it. So ever since then, but this hole was played pretty easy. Good shot there by Mark.
Yeah, Mark's just hitting good shots.
Yeah,
he's so consistent. And I see someone mention that he's lucky it cleared it a few holes ago. Yeah, but that's what Golden Tee. Sometimes you have good bounces, sometimes you have bad bounces.
Yeah.
It's
good shot there by Evan.
It's part of the game. Usually, unfortunately, the Golden Tee guys do get even with you. So be careful with some of those shots. You don't want to come too close too many times.
Yeah. Sometimes you go to the well too many times, it will get you. And I think that's what Mouth was mad about, that little Invisi-leaf.
Yeah, or leaf. But yeah, these par 3s are so simple for guys that are playing the balls, are able to cut the wind in half. They can just move around in the tee box, especially with a 5-mile-per-hour wind here. It's going to play his 2.5.
Mark's thinking hole-in-one right here.
Oh, yeah. He plays a lot of bite shots. And it just sticks right there. Yeah, a little conservative there. Obviously, these guys are trying to hold out, trying to win this game, but at the same time, when he sees that he's got an opportunity to gain a stroke, he also doesn't want to hit a bad shot and lose one.
Right. So they're both clean going in through 8.
This is actually a decent look. They can both hit high 5-wood, high 6-wood if they have it. Hit a C2 pretty much, which is exactly what he hit. 100. That's a great shot. That's going to go long, maybe.
It's really long. He hit the high 5.
Yeah.
Let's see if Mark goes with a 6 after seeing that he went long with the 5. No.
So Evan hit 143 miles per hour.
Oh, well, that's...
He's going to do maybe 139, 140. Oh, he's even harder.
145, but he
is in a kick and go in the hole. Go.
Wow.
Oh.
Good shot right there.
It's very forgiving, that rough patch over there. This is a big chip for Evan.
Mulkey, is that what it
missed
has
it
to be?
to the left. Oh, no, the Haas pose when Haas missed his chip against me on 18 up Pine Coast. The game's not over for Evan.
No, we still got a lot of holes left again. It's going to come down to the back 4 or 5 holes.
Yeah, so while the tables have turned, Mark Gomez gets a stroke on the last hole, the front 9. Coming at the turn with a 1-stroke lead, put yourself on the stone, get your eagle. These are hard ones. When you get that stroke, it's like, okay, take a deep breath. You almost don't want to follow the score too much.
Right. Hit the shots that you know you can hit. Make your birdies or eagles and get out.
Yeah.
So safe shot there from Mark.
And for those that aren't familiar with hitting tempo or watch this game often, I know that this has come up a lot throughout the day. That plays as stone, which is the same distance as fairway. There's a lot of weird, quirky things with this course, actually. So, and you can see by the ball marker on the green there.
Good shot there by Evan.
Wouldn't it be something if he just put this in the hole right here, take a 2-stroke lead?
He's a little left.
No,
he got a little lucky there. And he's shaking his head. He knows he didn't hit the shot he wanted to hit right there.
And he almost missed the putt. So
he's going to
he's got
to step back and take a break.
Yeah, the nerves are there. It's one thing to get that stroke, but just everything changes. It doesn't matter where that stroke goes. Whether you're up 1 or down 1. It's the whole game plan changes real quickly in these games.
So this is the look we've seen pretty much all day. Is with the new tee box with the trees in the way. but they're not an issue whatsoever.
That's a great shot by Mark. There you go. Settle down a little bit, put it close to the hole. Nice easy putt here. He'll get an eagle. I hope Evan doesn't look for a full shot here. That would be insane.
Yeah, can I finish this match? Yeah. Sure.
I'll do the next one. I'm next. Go take my spot. I'm next.
So Evan's going to hit the same shot. Oh, actually, he went around.
That's going to go right at the pin, and ooh, just missed it. Very, very creative.
And that's a good run. Again,
not very aggressive, but different and creative.
A different way to hit it because he knew that what that ball, when he hit the bite on it, what that ball was going to do coming back to the hole. So Mark's still up 1 going into 12.
This is a pretty straightforward hole. If you miss it a little bit to the right of the green here, it does bounce back towards the green. So don't be alarmed. Oh, that's a little too far right. Let's see if he gets that bounce. He sure does. So well played by Mark. I wonder if Evan will go another click left or not. Doesn't look like it. This hole is much easier now with these new tee boxes.
Right. So Evan earlier in this match, they had hidden Temple. He went to the right and I forget who he was playing now. McCook. Was it McCook?
He's got a chance of going in.
McCook went to the left. So they played this hole both different. Again, 10 feet from the hole.
Yeah, similar outcome no matter which way you go most of the time. This is the hole that has the path and not the stone.
Which I've talked about pretty much.
Yeah, we've talked about throughout the day.
Not going to be.
This doesn't just, and that's one of the important things when you're playing this course. Always look down the bottom right of your screen when you're playing. See where it's located. Right now it says it's on tee because they're teeing off. But when they get to that gray brick area in this course, it's really important to see if it says on stone, on path, or if you have those special characters, that's the same thing as being on stone.
Right.
Pin is top left.
Yeah,
and he laid back a little bit there, though, to make sure you avoid the top of that building. What are those buildings? Are those temples?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ruins, bricks. But you're making a good point right there. What some people don't do is that they fail to look down and look and see, am I on grass? Am I on the first cut? Am I on the fringe? Am I in the rough? That should be one of the first things you take a look at and see, hey, because like right there, it's going to affect the way the ball flight is. So he's under 100 miles an hour right there. So that didn't go as far as he thought it was going to go.
And one thing to keep in mind, too, if you do end up getting those special characters, you usually get them on the right side of this. Is that going to go in? Look at that. Oh, my goodness. How does that not go in, Evan? But on the right-hand side, it was more in play with the previous tee boxes. What you have to switch your clubs to make sure that, otherwise you'll look at it, you'll think you're in the path, but when you move your clubs back and forth, you'll realize, oh, it's going to go a lot further than being in the path. This is tucked here. This is not an easy one to get in.
This hole is tucked right into that corner. How aggressive is it,
Evan's going to hit a shot similar to how he played hole 11, that par 4. I think he's going to come around and try to spin into the corner there.
And that's
similar to
what Mark just tried to do. Just a little baby cut in there.
Not worth the $12 trying it in the match. There's a lot more money on the line than that $12 right now.
Yeah, I think we're up to what, $14, $15?
Yeah.
So Evan's going to take a long look at this. He wants to make this hole.
Hole 15 is a drivable par 4. Hole 16 a par 5.
By far not the last hole he can be aggressive with, but he knows this. He can make this.
Yeah. He's going to do that. He's going to cut it, and he's going to come in from the left like I thought he would, and that's going to be a little bit too much club.
Kind of in between clubs right there, Brian. Don't you think?
I agree.
But again, if you're watching it and you're not really familiar with the high, low, and medium, if you go low, the spin kind of accentuates even more, whereas the medium's going to give you what the true value is. And then, of course, you do the high tee, it takes away from that spin, not altogether, but it cuts it by quite a bit.
This is the look that Evan wanted. He wanted something that was going to make Mark think. No matter what he hits here, it's going to be very difficult to stick it close to the hole. You can't be too aggressive. It's down 7, and it rolls right towards the water. It might not get wet if he goes long, but you don't want to have a chip coming up for eagle. So Evan right now, this is a perfect place for Evan to give him an opportunity to see how Mark approaches this hole. And this is the most time he's taken this entire game. He knows that this is such an important shot right now. Well, does he go through the thing, or does he go over and around?
And the other part is too, you have to be on the green.
Yeah.
Because if you're above, if he goes short and he's above the hole,
It's a tough chip.
It's a very tough chip where that pin is.
Yep, take a deep breath, Mark. You know, the beautiful thing about video golf, there is no extensions needed. You take your time. This is a big deal. I mean, this could, you know, seal the deal for this match, assuming 17 is a pretty simple setup. That's a story that we'll get to in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But this is great. This
is a big hole.
Yeah.
This is a big hole. Now, do you think he's thinking too much about it?
That's a good point. Yes, I do. All this time is giving Evan more time to process it as well. Not only is he going to process it, but he gets to see what Mark does. Great shot for Gomez. He's going to be about 35 feet with a right five-ish kind of putt. Not too shabby at all. But see, Evan's going to walk up there and hit it. He knows exactly what he's going to do. Or at least I think he does. If the pin was more to the right, I'd hit a 3-wood through there. Yeah, that's going to be right. That's going to be a little further than Mark's. Like I said, a little further. So he has a 35-foot putt. He just missed it to the right. Gomez will be 34 feet away most likely. Those putts he makes 99 times out of 100 when he's home.
In his sleep. He makes them in his sleep.
And he just missed it right too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Those and the nerves are obviously there right now.
Yeah.
These guys are feeling it. Mark had a chance to go up 2 strokes. It shouldn't impact anything on this next hole, but hole 17.
We're waiting.
It all depends on how, and this is a pretty decent wind, but obviously it's not a factor with the Stouts. But the hole 17, I really hope that both these guys, you know, stay with it and don't lose on a bad shot in 17.
Yeah.
But let's finish out Golden Tee par. Let's go eagle, birdie, eagle, or somebody get a hole out.
Right.
And force some sudden death would be great. We've had
a lot.
Plenty of it.
Had a lot.
That's a little bit to the right. I hope the trees don't come and play for Evan. And this is a perfect look because you can just go right at it. I'd like to be closer with like a 3-bird, but when you've got the wind blowing to the right, the green sloping to the left, you can pretty much just hit that straight.
Yeah,
let the wind move it and let the green move it.
I like that look. Maybe would have had release on it to get it up closer to the hole, but
it's a little bit too much. And the ball's not getting there either.
Yeah.
It's very hard to go past the hole and put yourself in a bad spot there. So I'm surprised. You know, they're both worried about going right. It looked like. Hole 17 is coming around the corner here.
Let's see
what do we have here? And pretty simple look, actually.
You gotta be kidding me.
Now there is a chance that is he gonna thumb this? Did he get enough? A 99. That's a great shot from Mark Gomez.
Right, so he's safe.
Very confident.
Very
Walked
safe.
up there, hit it.
Yeah.
Evan is thinking about putting this one in the hole.
Yeah, he's got to. 18's definitely gettable, depending on how it sets up.
Oh man, he's not going to get it there.
That's still a good shot.
Now what Mark's looking for right now is he wants the pin. Evan should give that to him. Evan will give that to him. Yeah, Evan. Mark's still up 1. Evan's going to give him that putt. If Evan does not give him that putt, I'm shocked. That's
because Mark should have had honors right there, right?
Yeah. That's unfortunate for Mark. For someone like myself that has a hard time to stop talking or not talking, I don't know what to say here. I'm
kind of speechless too because I don't know. Evan obviously didn't see what happened because he had to ask Mark what happened.
Yeah. That was a gimme putt. He was 15 feet away, left 8. Evan would have, he didn't tap it in for him, but, oh, come on. Unbelievable. Evan catches a break. We'll call this a towel game.
You got to be, that's not the way you want to lose.
No. Well, the good thing he didn't lose.
Well,
now
no,
he has to play more holes.
Yeah, Wow. That's not what we wanted to see.
So we're going to have sudden death here. You know, hopefully Mark can laugh it off.
Maybe that'll loosen him up a little bit.
Maybe. And maybe Evan's going to walk up there and hole out hole one.
You never know. You guys on the stream are saying not a gimme. Bernsey and I are sitting here agreeing. It was a pretty easy putt.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That was a gimme.
I don't want to win that way. I'll put that out there.
Yep.
Mark my words. I'm not winning that way. A bad decision by Mark, but Evan saw his shot. He was closer than Evan. And so, yeah. So if we can get the screen on there, they just teed off on hole one. A 5 wind here, 2.5. They're going to be trying.
All right. So the pin stuck. Again, they can get into this.
Evan's not going to hold the first hole out, so advantage for Mark right now with an opportunity to just put this one in the hole. I'm friends with both these guys. I really hope Mark finds a way to win this.
Yeah.
So hole 2's coming up, par 3, I believe. It's probably going to end here. And you do bring up a good point about not mopping before every hit. Those are antics. Everybody has their own antics when they play. You know, it was an honest mistake from Mark, but
guaranteed it will not happen again.
Yep. He'll be more careful next time
if he moves on.
Yeah,
so.
But I'm just saying, I don't win that way. That's left.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Cam. I guess I didn't realize that. I thought Evan had putted already. I guess we were both just so focused on the next hole because of the ease of the look on there.
Yeah.
And that's right. Evan did point. I remember he did go after it, curled around, walked away, and then Mark went to go putt. Yep. Now, it's one of those things where you always got to make sure you look up at the screen. I'm guessing he pushed the button. You know, he unfortunately was probably not looking up. Pushed the button.
Yeah.
Didn't register, and here we are in sudden death. Then that's gonna go right.
All right. He's okay.
Yep, he made sure that time.
Yeah, Kens, Bernsey and I were both at a loss of words. And it's
wow.
I think it's still in his head.
That's okay. He just missed Evan, so it's all right. That's his twice. So Evan Gossett's going to move on in the towel game. We'll never know what would have happened otherwise. But
so it's going back to Evan and Haas.
Yeah. So congratulations to Evan Gossett. But hey, great run from Mark Gomez. Number 1 qualifier.
Absolutely.
Fourth place finish. You know he's got keep your head high, Mark. Yeah, it was a mistake, and it's going to be a sour taste in your mouth for until the next tournament you go to.
And Evan's sitting there shaking his head. He knows that's not the way he wanted to win.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, I'm going to take a break. Give some other guys a chance to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break. I think I have to play a match here soon.
Is going to play Fitzy here in a little bit. That's probably going to be on the stream. So,
cool. Yep, I'll be back later, maybe.
Luck.
But yeah, appreciate it, Tim.
Oh, all right. So we're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
So
thank you so much for watching. I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Unbelievable, you guys are sticking with us. We've got at least 3 more matches. Well, at least 2 more matches in the gold side.
At
we
least
got
2.
World champion Evan Gossett versus 2-time world champion Andy Haas, and Paul Luna is just sitting back waiting.
Just watching these guys.
One of those 2 former world champions needs to beat Paul twice.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
It's going to be tough. So stay in there. Keep an eye out.
I understand you called it.
100% miss.
The game is over.
Andy Fox.
That's your champion.
Congratulations to Paul Luna. your 2021 Florida Open champion.
And the second Missouri Open win in the great career of Paul Luna.
The National Golden Tee Tour, presented by Power Events, is in Nashville.
Look here. The water.
Get it!
Oh, he puts it.
Hole in one!
These tournaments have the best players in the world. Haas, McCook, Gossett, Luna.
Looks good. Looks good.
Man. Can anyone stop the reigning, defending world champion, Whammy?
Takes a bit to get back going.
And, oh my goodness, here's, whoa.
Okay,
This is also a setup where if he wants to, he can come down to the hole. Nails a hole in one.
the best player in the world holing out.
You have to focus on making every shot.
Paul Anthony Luna is the best player in the world today. A new venue, a new city, and a whole new set of obstacles.
Good evening. Welcome back to Nashville, Tennessee. I think we're going to have the losers final match in the main bracket coming up here. And oh, they're already up.
Started. Gossett and Haas already started.
All right.
We're jumping right in.
Chad Miller, a.k.a. Bronzy, joined by
Jason Loschiavo, Jackie's husband.
more commonly known as Jackie's husband.
Most known by Jackie's husband.
They say we look alike. We'll have to cut away to that at some point. So if you just joined us in what can only be described, Jason, as heartbreaking fashion.
Unfortunate.
That Evan makes it to the losers bracket final here against Mark Gomez, who played a phenomenal tournament. And to address the some of the Facebook comments and our YouTube comments, you know, it's Kinsler said it really, really well. It's tough when you're in that situation to give them that shot back, right? I mean, you're in the match. If you win, you continue on and you make more money and place higher. He didn't see it. I don't know if there was even a discussion as to whether or not he was going to give it to him.
And honestly, it shouldn't be. I mean, we all make mistakes playing the game in different ways,
I agree.
and that was a mistake that he made. I've done something similar where I went up to putt and my hand just grazed the ball,
It
and
happens.
I lost by 1 stroke that game. I feel for Gomez. I love Gomez, and I watched Evan toil over that for like a good 5 minutes before this match started. Just he doesn't know what to do with it because he doesn't feel like he should be there. But he's the one who won that match. He should be there. It just sucks. There's just times when it sucks.
Yeah, I agree. You know, and the good news is you know, Mark hopefully can take away from the weekend that he played phenomenal, the #1 overall qualifier, and then a deep run here in the main bracket. So, you know, all smiles hopefully for him. He can take away the fact that he had a really good weekend. But on to our losers bracket final match here. Andy against Evan, 2 former world champions. You're going to see some good fireworks here, I think.
Yeah,
and there's one of them right there.
right off the bat.
On cue, Andy Haas. Thank you very much for making me look good.
Setting it up perfectly.
So 2 of the best to ever do it right here, I think.
And Andy, I think, doesn't play as much as he used to, but he's still one of the best.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game. It could be a brand new course, and he's going to immediately shoot lights out. So up 1 stroke already through 5. This is another one that's going to be a whole out opportunity right off the bat as well.
Yeah, I agree. Andy with the super spinny here might go with a little bit of roll. Give it a run and by it or at it.
Ooh,
oh,
good try.
And I think that Evan can do the same thing with probably release here.
Yeah, I think release is what he's going to go with.
Yeah, so basically what happened with Gomez, unfortunately, he went to clean the ball. He did not, he thought he hit the options button, and either it didn't register or he missed the button. And when he went to clean the ball with his towel, obviously then he made contact with it and missed the putt. Went into 18, tied up, and then Evan eventually won, on a missed chip.
Little missed chip that
Yeah.
he should have made, but probably in his head a little bit. But I got to tell you, I think Gomez is the biggest up-and-comer. Not up-and-comer because he's great, but
Sure.
like to get to the next level to win tournaments.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone more primed to win a tournament than Gomez.
Well, he plays with some of the best in the world, from where he's at, and, continues to make, headway when it comes to qualifying. Obviously, when you qualify #1 overall in a tournament with the field this deep, it says something about your skill set for sure.
Absolutely.
So Haas here 1 up early on Forest, which is a course that can have some swing holes, right? We've said it many times over the stream here today even. You can get a couple of different looks later on the back 9, specifically 17, which is easier now with the new tees, but definitely can be a swing hole.
And there's definitely stuff that's tucked a little bit, something that you're going to have to kind of get into.
Interesting shot
Even
here
stuff
from
like
Haas.
that where
That one
that
bird
could
is
go,
beautiful. I think Evan will probably go around to the left. No, maybe a full from the right.
Little full, yeah.
He's teasing us.
Hi, Graham. Graham gets on the live streams, but he doesn't actually play Golden Tee anymore. Graham, play some Golden Tee. Hey, we're going to be in Atlanta in like 4 days, just FYI. Jackie and I.
And thank you for saying that for an FYI. It bothers me when people do that. Because you can't,
Because
for
the
your
F,
information. You can't say just for your, it just doesn't make work. It's bad. Back to the Golden Tee. It's a look here that Andy can be aggressive at for sure. Up 1, you're not going to have too much trouble.
Yeah, this is a nice look. And more importantly, Evan going after it.
I agree.
Evan needs the shot, so he's going to be aggressive on this for sure.
Left that one out there just a little bit to the right. Shout out to all the boys watching from West Michigan.
Graham, I just gave you 3 days notice. How much notice do you need? Hey, Gino, why aren't you here? Why aren't you and your fiance here? Gino just got engaged.
Right on. Congratulations.
Say hi, Dad. Look at the Niner shirt.
Frank and the boys. Kyle watching. Probably a little bit of G-Ride out there somewhere. What's up, boys? Good to see you. Not a whole lot of excitement on this hole unless you make some sort of a weird mistake. That surprises me. One bird with the backspin?
Yeah, just.
It seemed short the whole way.
I wonder if that's. I don't want to call it jitters, but just kind of. I've got a one-stroke lead. Just
Safe?
kind of safety first kind of attitude. Not that Haas is a safety first kind of guy. He's usually going
Right.
for the hole outs, but.
But you do have a one-stroke lead, so you feel like you definitely can play slightly more conservative anyway. But as we saw with the last match, Evan is fully capable of hauling pretty much anything.
Absolutely. Both these guys, I mean, I watch them in awe. I wish I had that kind of game.
It's the remarkable consistency to me. You know, there's a lot of us that can hit the shots, right? But to do it and to do it well at a consistent level that's the most impressive part to me.
That's it. That's everything. Because we've all played well. We've all played lights out.
And another one.
Oh, so close.
Evan trying to tell Andy to calm down just a little bit there.
He's slowing his roll.
These guys are good friends, so.
Hey, Nate. Good to see you there. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're recovering.
Yeah, that unfortunately that Gomez incident, that'll be called upon many times.
Yeah, that's going to be talked about for a little while.
Similar to your Clint Grover club change, I think that's going to be.
Yeah, that one was.
That'll be a meme.
If we don't have controversy, is it even interesting to come to a tournament? Art, are you in the car watching the live stream?
Going into hole 13, fairly straightforward here. Get it in the fairway.
Yeah, give yourself a nice approach at this. Don't make it too hard on yourself. I think it's the most important part. I've seen plenty of people in qualifying get tucked behind either left or right because they didn't set themselves up for it.
I think if you're Andy Haas, you put it in the right spot there. And if you're Evan, you know, you're still trying to look to be aggressive here to find a stroke somewhere.
Well, he's got a nice setup here. He's got a good wind. He's got a good look at it.
I like the bite.
Very nice. He hits so quick, too. These guys, they know the shot, like, instantly. Like, if I'm down a stroke, I'm kind of thinking, like, where do I need to place this? What's the bite going to do? Evan knows exactly what it's going to do. I mean, he didn't hole out, but he just easily could have holed out.
When you get to this level, and these guys have hit literally thousands and thousands of shots, millions of shots.
Right.
They know coming in, they look at the wind, they look at the lie, they look at the distance, and they instantly know this is what I need to do.
It's instant.
Yeah. Always interesting with Andy and his thumbs.
The wild thumbs. I was just going to say. If I do a shot like that with thumbs like that, I'm in the water or in the sand. He's skimming by the hole with those wild thumbs.
I like to think that I've got a pretty decent to fairly decent thumb game. I definitely can hit them hard, but the accuracy of these guys is what's most impressive.
I have a decent thumb game. It's when his thumbs go in like 8 directions in a half a second.
Well, that one clip shows him flipping his thumbs cross-eyed before anything. Always an interesting look here on 15. These guys can more than likely stick it with a well-played bite shot, 10.5. Fairly straightforward look on 15. It could get a lot uglier.
You can be aggressive here. This is a nice looking hole here.
As long as Evan isn't short. Oh my God. What a break there. He, especially if he makes this, that's huge.
If I hit that same exact shot, mine goes in the water somehow. Ooh, yikes.
So you're likely going to see another couple of one-stroke swing here. And with Andy already being one up, going 2 into 16.
Yeah, there's not much there.
Clear advantage Haas.
one stroke with these guys, you never know. 2 strokes is that's a little bit much to catch up on.
And so if you're Evan, right, you were hoping that this was drivable or potentially drivable to make Andy think about it. I think it's a little far, and I think Evan's going to have to do the right thing.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I don't blame him for looking at it, but
right.
I think this is not where you get aggressive. You want to hole out from the fairway. Well,
he is going to get aggressive.
Okay. Yeah, see, that it was just too far away. I don't blame him necessarily, but I think you try to hole out from the fairway there to get your stroke.
You know, nobody's typically going to question Evan Gossett's decisions on his golden tee, but that's one I think he'd like to have back.
Absolutely.
So at least one, maybe 2.
Yeah, and that's a big part of the game is if you're down, you have to know when to be aggressive and when you need to just settle up. And you're running out of time, 16th hole.
Right.
But I think the time to be aggressive was from the fairway to hole out.
Yep. So 3 strokes now, which is, you know, in a match of this magnitude, fairly
large.
large.
Fun look here.
Definitely going to be interesting. And by the look on Andy's face there, he doesn't like it.
Andy wanted something a little easy. And for him, it was super easy.
Wow, well played shot there. Your speed has to be just about perfect for that to happen.
It's so nice. Good thumbs.
And the Evan thumb pushy.
That's the Evan I know what's going on right now.
Right. So 3 strokes going into 18. Obviously, advantage Haas. If it's super ugly, do you lay up if you're Andy, or you hit it a million times and you still go for it anyway?
I think you always go for it. I mean, 3 strokes, I don't even, well, and I stand corrected again.
That's why you're sitting in the chair.
This is why I'm in the chair. I could have been in the chair hours ago, but Tim Boyer wanted to be in here for 6 hours at a time.
He did. Good shot here by Evan. He'll, you know, probably gain just the 1 unless something catastrophic, which we saw happen, right?
Yeah, we've seen catastrophe. Not right now, though.
A little short of where I think he wanted to get, but
smart move by Haas. I just figured with 3 strokes, like I would go for it, but then again, I would be in the chair again.
Right. So give that one to Andy, who was in command for most of the match, and then a couple of late mistakes there from Gossett. So
I'm gonna slide into Fitz and Chris Juszczyk.
I qualified with Chris, and you know his handicap would tell you that you know he was capable of making a main cut, and he's a good player. His handicap would tell you that he definitely can have some really good scores. So it does not surprise me in the least that he's at this level here in the purple bracket.
Absolutely. He's a former Florida guy, lives in Texas now. I've played with him quite a bit. Always been very impressed. Young guy, fun to play with, but just lights out with stouts. Like pointing, we play games where points are everything, and he'll point you to death, like death by 1,000 paper cuts. So I'm not surprised to still see him in the match for sure.
And not to take anything away from Fitz, you know, he's made main cuts before. Happen to be down in purple right now, and I think if we can, I don't know if we can check the bracket, but the winner of this gets
nice chip there. It's in the groove.
We'll check out the bracket here shortly. But again, this Chris, he can play. It looks like, did Fitz lose his card and he's playing with Will Sandsted's card?
No, so I know what happened here. I'm just going to say congratulations to Brittany here at her first tournament. It's her birthday. She finished fifth, sixth in the pink. Some great games, great scores. Congratulations.
So we met Brittany and her boyfriend, I believe it's John. I'm not sure. But just her first tournament ever, made a deep run in pink, had a great time, great people, which is, you know, part of the reason why you're even here.
So, okay, so purple bracket. It seems like Bernsey and Washburn have not played to be King of the Hill yet. They must be playing right now somewhere.
So I think they're waiting, actually, because they would be waiting longer.
Right. Okay,
right,
so
The loser of that is going to play the winner of this match for third place. So this is the fourth place match.
So the winner of this gets the loser of Bernsey and
Washburn.
Yes. All right. So down to the final 4 in the purple anyway.
This is moving along. I mean, what are we at? 7 o'clock. I really thought this was going to take. I thought we were going to be here till midnight playing games.
Yeah.
I mean, 80-some people in the pink bracket to me is just unimaginable. Even 2 years ago.
So it's gone really quick, but quick little update back to the game here. Chris made an uncharacteristic error off the drive, caught early tree, so Fitz has an opportunity to gain one back here.
Okay. Oh, so I started talking about this. So the reason why Fitz is playing with a name that sounds like Will Stanstead is he hit an early good money shot, and he thought if people saw Fitz on the leaderboard, they would attack it. But if they saw that it was Will, they would have assumed that he was closer to the pin and wouldn't chase it. I think it's a little fun in games, but it's clever strategy sometimes.
Right. So Chris did lose one here, but still has the 1-stroke lead. And the benefit of Fitz leading off now from this point on until another swing happens.
Definitely still being up and being second to play is a huge advantage going into the back 9.
And I don't know if you guys have noticed, Jason, I'm sure you have, this is the same setup that we just got done watching one of the previous matches. So we have seen some of these looks. I think this is the same look that Haas had in his match just now.
I'm sure you're right. I can't remember something I did 10 minutes ago.
Fair enough.
I would have no idea. Is this a new course? I don't even know what course this is.
Joel, shout out to Joel. See you on the chat there, brother. Sure you're listening from somewhere. Joel also qualified with me. The kid has played, I think he said right around 150 games, and I think he's already got like a 21 handicap. So
these new guys have it so good.
There it is.
I've been playing since 2001. I didn't know this whole world existed. My friends and I, we used to just hammer away at the ball, shoot, couldn't even shoot under par. So I had to break a bunch of habits. These guys get to come in, watch Mouth stream, watch CJ stream, come to live events, learn all this stuff, and within like 50 games, they're shooting better than I do even to today, after 20 years.
All right, so back at it with a game change here. This is the finals with Luna and Andy Haas.
And we jump into Andy Haas going in the water off the left side.
You know, I'm surprised that when the look came up, I would have thought it was a layup all day long. Again, who am I to question some of these guys? But I'm definitely surprised by that decision. He's going to give up at least one on the first hole. And of course, Luna is king of the hill, right? So Haas is going to have to beat him twice in a row to take the title.
And not only is Luna king of the hill, I mean, he's coming in as odds-on favorite. He hasn't lost a match in over a year.
Since Sussex.
And tough, I mean, just holing out. I've never seen someone hole out more than Luna has in the past year.
Yeah, so earlier this year, he lost to Fox, Andy Fox twice and took second. But other than that, you know, he's gone on a run that, you know, people are talking about, you know, the greatest of all time.
The big runs, the Stenmark
absolutely
type runs.
I don't think he's playing arrows to try to get to one. I don't know. I would be surprised if that's what.
If he looks at one and decides arrows, I get the idea, but at the same time, you still have to not plow right into a tree.
Did we miss the equipment change at the start?
Yeah, well, we didn't see they started. They flipped to it right as
yeah.
he hit the shot. So we didn't see what his thinking was right before he hit that shot.
And it looks like it's a build-a-ball, so we wouldn't really know anyway unless we saw it.
And it looks like he just got the stroke back, or a stroke back. I didn't see what the score is.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
So another miss here from Mr. Haas. Wow.
Very nice. Look at that. Classic Luna. Classic 2021 Luna.
You know, in a circumstance like this, it's tough to, you know, even give anybody one stroke when, you know, you're at the top tier, and now Haas is giving him 2, actually 3.
We are talking Pine. I know it's the best in the world, but it's still Pine, and there's opportunities to mess up on this course down the run. 17 is always interesting. Maybe not for them. For me, 17 has been interesting since I've seen it.
Lots of different ways to play it, for sure, but we'll see what happens here. I mean, you can never count a player like Andy Haas out. You know, he's fully capable of as many holeouts as anybody else.
He does like to visit Hole Out City. It's one of his favorite places to go. And once again, I'm a little confused by, maybe I don't know how to play this course, but that seems interesting. Oh, he's good. Never mind. I'm going to shut up again. Does anyone else want to take over here? I obviously don't know what I'm doing.
You know, it's one of those things that they look at it and they see right away, oh, this is
Look at Luna right there. Always getting it done.
Burnsy and I, we didn't coin the phrase because it is what it is, but Luna does Luna things, and that's one of them.
Absolutely.
So Luna's going to be 3 up now, and it's not surprising. Fairly good look off the drive here. This thing can get really ugly.
This is the nicest look you get.
Absolutely.
You can kind of thread it through that little gap, give yourself a nice straight look at it. They both did. Good wind here. Maybe we can get a hole out. Maybe we can get something a little back.
It's going to be a little deep. He
I
really
think
hit through that.
Artist's convinced Andy's playing arrows, and I think the arrows are getting to him. He's under hitting when he's not hitting 180s. He's over hitting. That makes a lot of sense here.
And if they are arrows, then you're absolutely right. Because if you don't get that 180 clean, it doesn't go where it should.
You're what, 50 yards off?
Absolutely.
And if you're not thinking about it, and I don't switch balls because I don't have that kind of mental capability with as much as I play. But if you're not thinking about it, and all of a sudden you hit a 180 and you forget you have arrows, then you're soaring it too. So maybe that's what happened there on that approach on the last hole.
I fully expect this one to get closer in again from Luna.
I just expect him to nut it at this point. Do you expect him to do anything less than hole out?
It's more of a surprise if he doesn't.
Oh.
I think Andy is going to go to school a little bit on that and.
Oh man. I'd like to see them get 1 or 2 and just make this a little more interesting.
Make it interesting for sure. That's one, if you're Andy Haas, you want back. I think he missed that one from where he wanted to hit it, and you need to take advantage of an opening like that.
And it's always interesting. I always think, Luna's King of the Hill has been sitting around a while. He hasn't played in a while. So you always feel like that person might be a little more tight than the person who's been playing matches and digging through the loser's bracket, but Luna looks like he's as fresh as anyone I've seen today.
I also found it interesting too. I was watching as the other matches were going on. Andy was off on another machine and he was playing, money shot and so forth. But Luna's the one that was sitting.
Yeah.
For the longest time. So always running it by the hole.
You never know what you need to play well that day. Sometimes it's chilling out. Sometimes it's staying loose, playing a couple games and staying warm.
And you can tell there by Andy's reaction that he's definitely let this front 9 get away from him a little bit. After 7, he's already down 3. Not what you'd expect from an Andy Haas.
If there's any course you want to be down 3, though, it's probably this one. But, against Luna, it's the furthest person you want to be down against.
So this is one you got to worry about, that tree that you can see up there. That one right there with that low overhanging branch that he just caught.
Wow.
Right on cue.
Struggle City. a town that Andy does not normally visit. This hole actually, when it's looking like that and it looks a little weird, I'll lay up with like a 5-bird on the short side of the water, and you get a little 10.5 for a driver straight at it.
So I actually heard about that shot yesterday for the first time. I typically hit the 5-wood that Luna hit here into the fairway, and I caught the branch, and that's when the conversation started. So, since even a guy like me who plays quite a few fair games, I learned a shot today.
I come to these events, I learn 3 shots at every event I come to.
Yeah.
It's just walking around, it's just playing with someone for fun, maybe a little cash game. They hit a shot, and I'm like, I never even thought, I just assumed that would hit the tree. You can actually go under it. I've definitely learned shots today and this whole weekend.
So even there, Andy was, a little off, I think. It's unfortunate because you would have wanted a little bit more excitement in this match.
You kind of expect a little more excitement in a final, but sometimes you're just off and the game gets away from you so early and there's just not much you can do about it. Gino, yes, we're super excited for the Clash. Jackie and I are going to be there. We promised you this year. We're definitely coming. Hotel is booked and everything.
Aaron, this is the final match. Yes, sir.
Final in the main. The purple's still going, too.
Purple's still going. And no surprise there, Brian Bernhardt, fellow commentator and Team USA member from 2003 and other years, but I remember 2003 because I was there. A shout out to me. He's making a good run in purple. Haas gets one back.
Little one back. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this. Could be the start of something huge. It's only hole 10. Still 3 down.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
He is still 3 down, but if anybody's
could be the
capable,
most epic comeback ever if we can get a couple more here.
Oh, yeah.
And how Luna would it be if Luna were to hold this?
That would be very Luna-like.
A little high on that one. So after 11, it's 3-stroke lead for Luna.
All right, so if he has arrows here, this is great. This is going to give him the best opportunity. Oh yeah, 100% arrows.
Absolutely got to be arrows.
Art did not lie.
Art did not lie.
Very nice. So there's a potential stroke back here. He's in the fringe there. He's going to have to chip it on in. But if we make this a 2-stroke game after 12, things are getting a little more interesting.
I think if you're Luna, you still lay up.
Hi, Josh.
I think if you're laying up, you're guaranteeing that you're not going to give up too many.
And the layup here, just short of the water, you could chip over. You get yourself like a little 6-iron or 8-iron. You can still hold out. So it's not a guaranteed Haas stroke back, but it was a nice. The arrows here are coming back to help him at this point.
Right. And I think he wasn't too deep in the fringe there, so I think it's a putt, especially because it's going to be a down putt.
This new, but with the new mechanics of putting out of the fringe, is a little tough. I've missed a number of putts because I'm used to the old way of putting, and a couple months ago when they switched it, it gets a little tight out of there.
Greg Kinsler, former world champion, chiming in on the arrows discussion. It's hard for me to question that kind of a decision because clearly Andy knows what he's doing on a level that I don't, or that most of us don't, right?
Right.
But, I think you're right that he...
Oh, and then Luna just goes it, and this whole time we were thinking that it wasn't gettable without arrows, and he just
I thought that
Just
it would be
gets it.
gettable. I just thought that it was a risk that he didn't need to take. But clearly, Paul Luna is the best in the room at the moment, and he shows us why there. Even down 3 and your opponent sticks it before you, he comes right behind and puts it closer.
I think I just learned my 4th shot of the weekend.
So Gino says we have lost sound. If you guys can comment out there, I don't know that we've lost sound.
Can you all hear us?
Can you all hear us? We want to make sure.
We have such beautiful sounding voices. I want to hear that.
All right, sound is fine. So maybe just unmute your headphones.
Gino, do you even know how to internet?
First time using a headset?
All right, literally everyone can hear us except for Gino.
Which is fine.
So now we can talk about Gino all we want here.
Status quo here.
Still 3 strokes.
Still 3
I
strokes.
thought it was going to be 2. I really did there.
2 would have been a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. We still have 17, but from what I've learned, the good players do not have a problem with 17.
Right.
It's just our average Joes who have no idea what we're doing.
We tend to talk about 17 as if it is a difficult hole, and it is, but it seems like at this level, these guys they have it dialed in. They know what their shot is.
I do have to say, this weekend, I've done very well on 17.
All right.
My history on 17 is not good, but in the last 2 days, 3 days, it's been much better.
Head into 15 here, still 3 strokes. If you're Andy Haas, you got to get something to go on the hole. You have to be aggressive at this point. So I could see it, Art, talking about the arrows being an advantage on 1, 2, and 12 here, no doubt. But I think it hurt him on 1 for sure, and it clearly hurt him on 3, actually, when he went in the water both times. Now, I know he caught early tree on 1, but I still think that it hurt him.
It definitely hurt him, but, I mean, that was more like a mental lapse than
Sure.
using the ball. If he used them properly, which he 99 out of 100 times will,
Right.
it would have been a benefit. Just maybe a little mental lapse there.
I don't think Andy's given up here, but I think he can see the writing on the wall anyway.
I think he knows what's going on here. It's not over by any means, but, I mean, Luna playing as well as he does, we're going to have to see something spectacular to change the course of this match. So Gino's got sound back now, but now he's plugging his podcast, which I also want to plug for you, Gino. Love your podcasts, but you don't have to fake a sound issue to plug them. We all want to listen to your podcasts regardless.
Shameless plug. This is one, if you're Andy Haas, you got to go at it. You got to get something to drop in the hole.
He put release on it. He went after it. Just a little short there.
But I think even there, you've got to be more. You got to get it past the hole, right?
No, I mean, obviously. I mean,
so here it is. Here's 17.
this is 17. Not a bad look. Good, decent win there. I think the big crosswinds always make it a little more interesting. The thing that gets me going left, and I've gotten better at, is I generally clip the early tree. So I like to go on the right side like he's doing here. A little tough in there in the sand. Not that he can't chip in. But Luna just pretty much just needs to stay dry.
No mistakes. Just get it there. Get it close.
Just nut it perfectly.
Or make it. Paul there proving, again,
effortless.
He's the best in the room at the moment.
He just sees the shots. I'm very impressed by it. Come on, Mulkey. Come on. 49ers are the best, and you know it. The Raiders couldn't even stay in their town. They had to move to Las Vegas.
So doing the right thing up 4 here. You're going to finish
you're never even going to think about trying to go for it, get stuck in that the gap by the sand and the hill. You're just going to take your win. Well deserved.
Sean Tickner celebrating as he should his
as good
Calcutta
as Luna
win.
is at Golden Tee, Tickner may be the best Calcutta. He hasn't lost all year. He's not afraid to admit it. I think he's buying shots for everyone he just said. Tickner is the Calcutta champion. Well done, sir.
So they'll clean him up here, and
well
congrats
done,
to Paul Luna.
Just another amazing run.
Who is, he's
unstoppable.
At this point in time, Jason, you can't pick anybody but him.
I played fantasy. I was looking at the names. So, McCook stood out as a potential to choose. And at the end of the day, until Luna loses, I can't see choosing anyone else in fantasy.
What an absolutely incredible run he is on. And it just goes to show you that when you talk about the better players in the world, even a guy like Andy Haas can sometimes press, when you feel like this guy is that good right now, I've got to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and you got to take chances. He took chances with the arrows. It didn't pay off today, but to say that his trying to take that chance was the wrong decision, we really can't say that in hindsight. When you're coming up to a match and you want to win, you put yourself in the position, your best position to win that game. And it just didn't work out this time.
So make sure you guys like that stream out there. I think the last time I checked, we had a little over 200 and some viewers. Quite a bit of individuals out there enjoying the stream. We only have 8 likes.
Come on, guys, 8 likes. Are you kidding me? I've seen 30 of you comment, and which we all appreciate. The comments are almost as important. The likes, the comments, everything you guys do to show that you're actively engaged is important. So as much as that we love that you guys are tuning in, if you can even send a comment, just, hey, I'm watching, I'm loving it. Jason is the best commentator ever. Some sort of comment that makes total sense.
Absolutely.
Is very important to the metrics.
Even if you have to lie to make Jason feel good.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at.
So I think this is now over to the purple bracket semis of losers. Is that right? This is the final loser final. All right.
Okay. So third place match. Yeah, so this third place match here.
So like I had mentioned earlier, I qualified with the kid here. Does not surprise me. He won his last match, and now here he is in the finals of the losers, so he's guaranteed a top 3, a podium finish. Kudos to him. The kid played really, really well and continuing to play well. He is down 1 early on Onse.
And he gets to take a picture with Steve Sobel, which, honestly, does it get much better than that?
I was blessed enough to take one of those photos earlier in the week when I took second in the CTTP. Sorry, it was just me and Brewer. That's worse.
Yeah, that's
worse.
Which flip-flops did he have on? Did he have his playing flip-flops or his hanging out flip-flops?
Great shot there by Chris. Washburn's first name?
Robert, right?
Robert.
Bald is beautiful. Absolutely.
I was groped several times by Jackie's husband. Or Jack.
Not yet. The night's young.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God. By Jackie, because I apparently look like Jason.
Jackie sees a guy with a bald head, a beautiful body.
Right.
And she just attacks.
So clearly she went for me. So we're here on Once, and actually when I qualified with Chris, I think I shot 26. He made one mistake, and I think he shot 24. So he definitely, the kid can play for sure.
He knows how to use the trackball. Absolutely. Good Stouts player. Just can just sit it right by the hole.
And I'm not going to take anything away from Robert at this point. You know, even I don't even want to say even in purple, but you know, in purple, if you're this deep, you're playing well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching a match he was playing early. He played lights out. Just a great player. So even in purple, I mean, quite honestly, even in pink, the matches have been great. There's some great people in pink, but I mean, purple is no joke anymore. There's so many good people that come to these tournaments. You're gonna get good matches all the way through.
Absolutely. Perfect example of that is the winner of this match has the unfortunate circumstance of facing Brian Bernhardt in the next round.
Yeah.
And he's king of the hill.
Everybody knows Dave, and go find him. He's got 4 minutes.
And Burnsy's still Titans, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he hasn't converted yet. Him and Clint are the two left, right?
Yeah, Gervais was a long holdout.
Long holdout.
Until he just switched.
But man, when he switched, he changed sides so quickly. I mean, his whole tune changed when he switched.
I was Titans this entire. Ooh, what a great
very
shot
nice shot.
there.
Almost got his stroke back there.
I was
Almost got it.
Titans up until, I want to say roughly about 6 months ago. And good old farmer Frank converted me.
You've got 3 minutes. You're going to get forfeited. Sean Tickler, can I see you, please?
Actually, Chris Uchek is one of the people who converted me just because he was whipping on me.
Wow.
In money games, just point. And I
How's
was like,
it pronounced for those of us at home?
well, you know, I don't know how he pronounced it, but I do know I'm a 49ers fan, as people have talked about on the stream. And we have a tight end, Kyle Juszczyk, on the team, one of my favorite players.
Oh, what a shot.
And so I know from broadcast, they pronounce it Juszczyk, and it's like a second or third cousin of Chris's. So I asked him one time, and he's like, yeah, that works. So just like Lo Schiavo, Lo Schiavo, Lo Schiavo, I don't think he really cares, but I just call him Juszczyk.
As long as you don't murder it, I think that, you know, if you get close, you're going to be all right.
He's going to murder these holes soon. He's Point City over here. If he doesn't get the stroke back, I'll be surprised.
You know, you look at a match like this, and again, you're deep in purple here. And you look at those player ratings and their handicaps. These two are no slouch.
Absolutely not. And you know, you think 10 years ago, these handicaps, you didn't see them. I mean, we have balls, tees,
sure,
different types of spin now. But there's so many people who can put up good scores, and you see that at these competitions.
Another really good shot there on a tightly tucked pin. Robert swerved that one in there with a little bit of bite. Fellow qualifier, my buddy Joel behind me, was really excited here for the kid. I don't necessarily have a dog in this fight, but if I'm honest with you, I'd like to see the kid continue to do well.
I like that we call him a kid. He is an adult, by the way. A lot of people think he's 14 years old. He's a grown man.
he's 25, according to what he told me last night. But
according to his fake ID, he's 25 years old.
I still have yet to be given evidence of such. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. We're gonna make this a little interesting.
That was a mistake there. I think you can still get home from there, but it definitely makes it more difficult. Chris doing the right thing here, going one more click to the left, making sure that he
no
clears
sense
it.
in making that too tight for
Right.
no reason. You have a lot of field to work with there.
I definitely think he can get there from here. It is absolutely a more difficult shot.
There's definitely been, I don't want to call it tucked, because, I mean, there's plenty of green to work with, but the wind is being counterintuitive to every one of these pin placements.
Right. And it's tough to cut it out of the rough. That was a really good 180 there.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't like the roll.
Oh, I didn't even see the roll.
Yeah.
That, he might have done that by accident. And I was going to mention that earlier with Gomez, not to, harp on that, but I think all of us have thought we put a different type of spin. We hit the button three times and we didn't get the bite. We got roll. I think we've all done that.
That actually happened.
Messed up.
That actually happened in my qualifier in Sussex on Monty. I thought that I hit bite, hit it one too many times. I was release, and it released right in the water. And those two strokes cost me the cut. I was 33rd, and would have been in. Chris unfortunately went a little bit wide there and gave up what could have been an eagle, but wow, what a save here by Robert.
Yeah, huge.
So you go from that drive where you think that the kid might get one, and he loses one.
Look at how that happens. It's crazy.
It's a really good shot there by Robert. We're going to try to look at that ugly mug.
Oh, my goodness. That's the most frightening thing I've seen all weekend.
Somebody screenshot that.
Is that the ghost of Nashville's
Put
past?
it up on the fan. All right.
The Kelvin Lindsay, ladies and gentlemen. The Kelvin Lindsay.
Good. We see your, I'm not sure who Facebook user is, but you said you're going to be at Sussex next time. If you guys are out there and you are debating at any point trying to make a tournament, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got to make it happen.
I wish I could correct you, but the statement is spot on. I tell this to so many people. There's nothing like coming to a Golden Tee tournament. If you even have any sort of love for the game, you're interested in it, you like having a good time, you like learning about the game, there's nothing better than coming to a tournament. You'll get better at the game.
Absolutely.
You're going to meet a ton of great people. You're going to have a good time. You'll probably drink too much. And you're going to leave hooked.
I think, I'd been to many tournaments, in years past, obviously, before I took quite a bit of a break. But the community, the friendships, the lifelong interactions. I still have people that I talk to on Facebook from back then that were from New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, literally worldwide friends.
Players, yeah.
It was amazing, and still is to this day one of my favorite memories. And I've done a lot of really cool things in my life, and through Golden Tee, that's right up there. So continuing on here, little shorter than I think he wanted to go there. I would have liked him to be a little bit more aggressive.
And the bite, short and with bite.
He
Still
did make his
putt,
eagle,
so that's fine.
but Chris did get one back. Hold on 1 second for me.
All right, so we do have a one-stroke game. Yeah, King, I agree. Let's get over 100 likes. All of you hit the like button, please. Oh, come on. Chris still trying. He might get that one back.
Good shot there.
And you don't even have to hit the like button. You can hit the dislike button. It helps just as much to hit that button, just any button.
I'm not sure who that is, Pete, but anybody taking anybody's invite money is nobody's friend.
Biddy is one of the best people, one of the best Golden Tee people ever.
No, I just mean who's taking his money.
Oh, he's talking about Chris. Juszczyk.
Oh, okay.
Juszczyk is fierce on the invites and all.
All right. I know who not to send them to.
So this hole has gotten more interesting with the tee box changes.
It's a little bit deeper.
Sometimes it's tight to just make it to that side of the fairway.
Absolutely.
And then even from there, you've got a tougher look.
And with stouts,
like a hard 5-wood or something,
which most people play, you're losing half the wind. Whatever.
Come on, Betty. You know I love you. You can't hold a grudge after all these years. Betty still thinks I took his world spot from the first money shot. I beat him by 0.02 inches, and he loves holding grudges.
I believe that was called the miracle on whatever street you live on. I don't
Wait, are you talking about the first time I won money shot to get to Worlds, or the second time?
I didn't realize you'd won it twice.
I'm the only person to go to Worlds for money shots, sir.
Wow.
You're standing next to
the legend.
The legend. You're welcome. Would you like me to sign your shoes?
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it.
No, I'm not calling him a sandbagger. He is a legit good player, and I've seen him play bad, but I've seen him play good more often than not. And Chris is just He can stick it to the pin, especially if you're playing a points game. He's gonna get a lot of great shot points.
And I think even now, though, he's down a couple of strokes, he looks comfortable still. Shout out to Brittany again. Happy birthday, Brittany.
It's
and
Brittany,
well done.
Yeah, I can't. That is PG. I don't know.
I definitely wouldn't call it an easy round for Luna. It unfortunately got a little bit ugly, but let's not take away from the fact that he still played well. Haas may have given him a couple of presents, early Christmas gifts, but I would never call that an easy round.
So this hole here has gotten, it used to be drivable. It's pretty much not drivable, right? I mean, so Chris here went into the sand. He likes that little shot out of the sand. I usually go for the fairway now. What were you doing on that hole?
99% of the time I'm laying up with as straight a wind as possible.
Yeah.
Depending on how and where I can get there, I try to straighten out that second shot wind so that I can give myself a better opportunity to hold out.
The Stouts mantra.
Yes.
That's what we all chant that at night before we go to bed. I need the straightest wind. I need the straightest wind.
And unless you're Clint Grover or Brian Bernhardt, this is I don't know that any Stouts player has ever gotten to this hole since the new tees. So
at this point, we got to just force them to be Stouts players, right? They got to join the cult. Oh, little bounce back. Okay, he knows the backboard's there. He can be a little aggressive on that.
I think that they could have made this hole a little bit more interesting if they made it drivable and tucked a couple of tee boxes in different places.
Yeah, they could have done a little more with this hole. I don't want to take anything away from the creators, Zelensky and all that.
Absolutely not.
I mean, they make incredible courses year after year. But sometimes you look at a course or a hole and you're like, you know what, this could have been a little bit better. But we all have our opinions on that.
One stroke difference here going into 16. As you're looking forward to the next couple of holes here, 17 can be a swing hole, and looking at this look here on 16 with this pin tucked to the right and a right to left wind, you're going to either cut something or try to thumb something in there. But in my match last night for some money,
he's going to hit a full here. This should be nice. Let's see what he does with this full. Oh, his club dropped there.
His club did drop back a hair.
I don't think it mattered.
I like the shot.
I think that's definitely a cut in, and I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, not at all.
If you want to be anywhere aggressive with this, I think you're cutting into this to give yourself any chance.
Absolutely. I like the full because it takes away the minuscule error in not cutting it enough or cutting it too much, because with the full at that point, you are telling yourself, I'm going all the way.
When you cut it perfectly like that, a little speed difference there, but I mean, that was a really nice cut,
right.
too.
It's a great shot.
But the full, you take away a variable, which always helps.
Right. And I'll tell you right now, walking away eagle on that hole is, that's impressive. It's a good couple of shots.
Good eagles, and I mean, you can see them. They're number 1, 2 on this this contest here.
Right.
So they're obviously playing the course pretty well compared to everyone else. So okay, so 17 here definitely can be aggressive. You don't have to worry about the tier. It's just a matter of getting right at it. You can even use the tier a little bit to your advantage, and it'll come back sometimes.
Which is what he tried to do there. I am not a fan of trying to play that tier.
I don't think you should play it.
Right.
But if you want to always pretty much overhit. If you're short,
you're going to be long. Right. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, very nice shot there. So you should still be eyeing the hole, but if you miss it, it's coming back at it. Oh, and there's a missed putt. That's going to pretty much do it there. Unless 18 looks like a monster.
That is why I am not, and maybe it's just me, I am not a fan of any of the headgear that you can't see the hole.
100% agree. I'm a big dinosaur fan, so when the dinosaur head came out, I was so excited.
Right.
I put that on. Not only did it make it hard for me to see the putt, but no one would tap me in anymore because they couldn't see the hole. And I'm like, just tap me in. Oh, I can't see.
And I know it's a visual thing and that there are some people that it doesn't bother. Clearly, Chris is one of those. But to me, when I can't see the little white cup, right, it bothers my head.
It gets in your head. Good shot there by Washburn. Just put it center to the green. He knows all he needs to do is tap in, and he's done.
So he's 2 strokes up here. And even if Chris chips in, 2 putts for the win for Robert.
Little chip in there. Good finish for him.
Right.
Third place, very solid. He's only played a couple tournaments. Definitely deserved third place there.
So Robert cleans that up to finish the match off. What a great showing there for the kid, as we'll call him.
He might have to just change his name from Rar to the kid at this point.
But I think it matches because he uses the putter and he's got the dinosaur head.
Yeah, absolutely. But if we all just keep calling him the kid, eventually he's going to cave, right?
That's how I was stuck with Bronzy and will be from this point on. So here we are back, Jason and myself, Chad Miller. I was going to try to pronounce your last name, and then I tried not to. But, here we are.
Thank you.
Jackie's husband, Bronzy.
Everyone knows me as Jackie's husband. That's just how it works.
Quite a tournament.
That's
really
how I
deep
know me.
field. Really deep field here. 177 players. I think it was the largest tournament ever.
Unbelievable. I love to see it. I think it's so cool. And it was so well run, too. For 177, back in the day when I first went to a tournament, it was 57.
Right.
To have 177 and to play this smooth and get qualifying done and get all these contests done is, just kudos to Steve, Russ, Paige, and everyone who helped them set up all the machines.
Absolutely.
Just amazing.
And for those of you out there that are, interested in potentially coming to an event, keep in mind it's not just the tournament itself, right? There's a closest to the pin contest on Thursday nights, as well as a money shot on Thursday night. And then the handicap event on Friday night, which is really, honestly, if it were me and I wanted to come to a tournament, that's the event that I want to try to get into, because if you win a couple of matches in the handicap event, which anybody really can, you can win a free roll into the main tournament. And at that point, it's just, you can have fun with it.
I think the handicap tournament is the smartest thing to bring in new players.
Right.
Because there's so many times I've heard, and that kind of got me too. Jackie, our first tournament, I said, there's this golden tee thing. We didn't know what this was. But I want to go Friday night. There's a handicap tournament. It's only $25. And if I win a few matches, I get to play in the main event over the weekend.
Right.
And it worked out. I played in the main event that first tournament, which I don't know if I would have done it had I not gone Friday night for the handicap.
Sure.
Because I was 11, 12 handicap, feeling like a lot of people do who watch everyone play. I'm not good enough. How do I even step foot in here? And I always tell everyone, it doesn't matter. Come, you're gonna have a blast. But yeah, you can get in on the handicap. Brittany did it. Brittany got the handicap.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a good time. You get in a little bit cheaper. And quite honestly, if you don't get on the handicap, you're here, play, please.
Yeah,
you're gonna have
absolutely.
fun. You're gonna qualify on 5 courses on Saturday. You're gonna come back on Sunday. You're gonna learn new shots. You're gonna meet new people, and you're gonna get hooked. I think all of us have gotten hooked.
And if you walk into a room, like this, which shout out to TNT, what a great venue. Your local bar, your home bar might have that 1 or 2 machines that you're used to playing on. And then when you walk around here, 27 different Golden Tee machines. And it's just a really cool atmosphere to be a part of, right? So when you interact with a person like Brittany, who, played in that handicap, made a deep run in pink, she will never forget this weekend.
She is just the epitome of a new player coming, first time.
100%.
Living the dream. But even if you don't do that, you're going to have a good time. You're just going to enjoy yourself.
So I'm going to yell at Kinsler here for just a quick second. He threw us right under the bald bus. He was asking about hair products. Kinsler, you and I will have words at the next opportunity.
These people who have beautiful hair, the gall on you to call us out. All right, so we've got the finals, purple finals here now, right?
That's right.
We got Burnsy. We got Squeaky B.
Burnsy, king of the hill. He's going to have to get beat twice, which, again, at this level is always going to be a tough ask, right? Let's see. They spun Baja. which is not always the most exciting in terms of a heads-up match. But where I like to tell people that complain about it being boring, Jason, is the fact that it can get exciting because there's lots of opportunities for hole-outs. You can go really, really low here. And
Baja, I don't know what town they say Baja is from, but it's definitely close to Hole Out City. So, and I think when you've got top players, I think Baja gets more interesting. To be honest, they're like right there. We got one better right off the bat.
Am I good at this or what? I'm not even playing. But right on cue, Squeaky Bob holes out one. He's automatically one better. And this could go in here too for Brian.
And for him having to catch up and get that first win, that's huge. You got your one stroke on Baja, which is a big one.
Right.
So we might get to see another match after this. I know it's early. We got 17 to go, but you get excited right off the bat.
I love you too, Kins. Good to hear from you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, when you're on Baja, again, we talk about it. It's pretty easy to go par, but, when you get that one stroke up early, you feel like you are absolutely in command of this match. And it looks like clearly, that Robert he's throwing darts up there.
He's ready. And like I said earlier, he's been playing matches up the losers bracket, so he's loose. So that may come to his advantage as we're playing here, especially with hole outs. Maybe just hitting the green, getting your eagle, moving on.
Right.
You can come off the bench from sitting for 6 hours for Burnsy, but looseness when you want to hole out, I think there might be a little bit of an advantage there.
And it must be said here too, to remind you guys that are still watching, Burnsy, Brian Bernhardt is playing. He's one of the last guys fighting the good fight, playing the Titans versus everyone else playing the Stouts. So his wind, as you see it, is a natural full wind, right? If you see the 8 mile an hour, he gets the full benefit or hurt of an 8 mile an hour wind.
He doesn't do the auto divide by 2 in the head that we all do.
Which is, it can be really interesting when you look at Baja. Jason, I played a match against Clint Grover, who's the other Stouts player in the room. And he was actually able to get to 2 different holes, number 1 and number 15, that I couldn't get to because he had an advantage there.
So I'm on the camp now where I call Titans the cheater balls because they have all the extra distance. That's my new move. I heard it from someone else. I don't remember who said it first, but I love it.
Probably Mark Gomez.
It was probably a Gomez.
All right, so we're getting going here. Early hole out from Robert Washburn. Squeaky Bob, 1 up on Baja against Brian Bernhardt. One of my favorite all-time guys in Golden Tee. OG.
Yeah. I think he's my age, but he's been around way longer than me somehow. I think he started when he was 6 years old.
I said it before, but he was on Team USA with me back in 2003, and he was one of the better players in the world. He actually, I teamed up with him during the doubles competition, and just, he was one of the coolest guys because I was, a bronze player, not nearly on their level, was blessed to even be there, but one of the nicest guys ever, man. Helped me learn some shots and really helped me settle in and enjoy the reason why I was there. It was really awesome.
Burnsy's always been a good ambassador to the game.
Yeah.
Just always makes you feel welcome. He'll have a laugh with you. He'll play a game with you.
Great guy.
Just all around great guy. And he's been doing it for decades now, I guess.
So a potential opportunity here. I don't know if you saw that, but Mr. Washburn went just a little deep. He's going to have to chip this one in for eagle. And Brian tight there, pretty much guaranteed his eagle.
The other part of Baja is the green slips are pretty easy too. A little forgiving there. He was on the left side there, he still got it.
Good chip, keeps his 1-stroke lead.
Yes, this is the purple finals. Burnsy's king of the hill, so Bob has to win 2 to win, but he's up 1 now, so he's in the right position.
This is a pretty, I'll use Mark Gomez again, juicy look here on this hole. Normally it's pretty offset. And if that pin gets tucked to the right there, it can get a little squirrely.
Yeah, that's a nice look at it.
Burnsy cutting the 8.5 in there. Good shot.
Played the full 4-mile-an-hour wind.
Full 4 miles. You guys, you have to understand the drama behind the Stout versus Titan conversation. That's it. You have to understand the drama behind that conversation. It is an ongoing Facebook argument on the Fan. It is a constant discussion with those of us that play them versus those of us that don't. And we haven't even talked about McClellan, who plays Stock Plus.
I don't even want to get into McClellan. McClellan is his own animal.
There can be only one.
I don't even think he uses tees half the time.
His protege, I guess you might call him, Paul Jensen, is a Stock Plus guy as well. But McClellan is one of those guys that if you watch him play, you will question everything you've ever known about your game of Golden Tee because he does it different than anybody else.
He does it different, but he's so good at it. And that's the thing, you watch other people play, and you're like, would never even thought to hit that shot. Like when I was qualifying, I qualified with Jason Wickstrom, and he's literally one of the best players in Golden Tee. And he's hitting it, and it was like, that's so far from what I would do that I can't even watch him play because it's going to mess up my game. And yet he's knocking 30s in and crushing me the whole way.
Craig Kinsler, Stout convert. You know, the one thing I'll say...
We've all drank the Kool-Aid. I mean, pretty much, we've got two holdouts at this point.
To wrap up the McClellan conversation, I would say this, and this is a true shout-out to him, because of the clubs that he uses and the balls that he uses, I will fight people on this. I think Jeff McClellan is probably one of the best shot makers in Golden Tee.
Shot creators.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Paul
And that
Taylor
was
is another
that
one.
was what was so great about the old school game. Not that I was ever good at it, but I would watch it. Is before the tees, before the extra spins, before the balls, people were very creative.
Absolutely.
Some of those old courses. Trying to think back to, courses back like 2012, 2011, you had to get like really creative and people would play clean or better. And I couldn't even imagine doing that without balls and tees.
All right, so back to our match here on Baja, which I believe has still gone GT par after the early hole out from Squeaky Bob. So we still are at a 1-stroke difference after the front 9.
A very nice 16 under on the front. Always feels good.
Right.
To go get your hot dog at the clubhouse at the turn at 16 under.
Another one of the holes that has changed drastically since the newly remastered tees and pins. This was a par 5 and now is a drivable par 4, which can, definitely change your score. A little bit of a mistake there by Squeaky Bob. Another tough chip here, but, as we've seen before, he's made these.
Burnsy's like, I'm going to take my easy eagle. You need to make this chip.
Jason, do you prefer an uphill chip or a downhill chip in this kind of a circumstance?
Straight. Up or down.
No break.
Right 5 is not what I want.
Robert's going with a 9-iron. I prefer something a little bit lower to keep it a little bit more straight. You use that bite there.
I see no reason to use the bite with all that green to play with. It's not like you're going to blow it past the hole, and I feel like that takes an extra element in there.
Right.
I just want to go at it at that point. Maybe like a 6-iron, straight at it. If I go over, I know I can make the putt come back. There's plenty of green to work with.
I think at worst you're going to have, say a 20-footer that, you're going to make most of the time, but the odds of you making the chip increase because you're taking some of that breakout. Really close shot there by Brian.
And now we're all matched up again.
Right. There was that 1-stroke dip. That's got to get up.
Oh, no.
That is unfortunate.
Sometimes I wonder, me personally, it gets in my head sometimes when I give up that stupid stroke. I'm going to call it a stupid stroke.
Right.
This may be a product of that. And now,
oh my gosh.
Look at this.
What a phenomenal shot.
I'm going to shut up now.
You know,
He probably planned that. That's what he wanted to do.
we said it before that might be why we're sitting in the chair. But to be down where he was, you know, the super spinning sand wedge, to make that shot, wow, what an absolute, I mean, that could be a game saver.
Could be a game saver, and let's be honest, that's not what he was going for.
Right.
There's no way he was going up on the high tier, but worked out. Sometimes it works out. Oh, he wants to send it. He wants shot of the week.
Shot of the week.
You know, so much to tell him it's on the live stream. It's already being recorded. He gets the. All right, if we're just wasting 50 cents left and right over here, then what are we doing?
So comment and tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like every time Jason makes a call on something, immediately he's proven wrong.
It's unbelievable how bad I am at the game and commenting at the game. It just proves that I should not be here. Although after 3 hours of Tim Boyer, this has got to be better, right? I mean, this has got to be an improvement. Love you, Tim.
You feel like even though he made that shot, momentum swing back to Bernhardt here. Not only did he gain the stroke, but I feel like when he's up at the machine right now and you can watch him, he just feels and looks a little bit more confident.
Burnsy's looking good. This is a nice, great look at this hole. I mean, someone could hit some fireworks here.
Brian cuts the safe 6-wood in.
Playing the full 10 mile an hour.
For me, I'm thumbing in that 6-wood out there, just making sure that it gets on the left side of the green, backspins back towards the hole. Squeaky Bob with another really close look.
Some
more points. To recap, if anybody has just joined the stream or has not listened to some of the day, this is Golden Tee, where the points don't matter.
Points do not matter.
So in match play, the great shot points are not a determining factor to the winner of the match.
Very nice cut there.
If they are tied in actual score at the end of 18, which happens a lot on Baja, they'll go into a sudden death playoff where the first swing stroke ends the game.
First one to win a hole.
Right.
Wins. Done.
Really aggressive look there.
Two different shots. Burnsy with the cut, which was what I would have done, and Bob with the straight at it. Still not a bad idea, but I feel like the cut there is, if you're trying to hole it out, is the right shot.
Right. You're definitely going to get closer, I think, with the cut. This is a hole that, unfortunately for Brian in this particular circumstance, can be gettable with Titans, because you're going to gain much more on the distance. If this was a 12-mile-an-hour outwind, it completely changes the dynamic of this hole for him.
Right. Here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, unfortunately here, the only thing it does is it forces him to lay up. In my match against Clinton Grover, the wind was similar to this, but it was an outwind, and I think it was roughly 450 yards, and he made it and canned like a 70-footer.
Oh, so you're playing Clinton, and he had an advantage too?
He did.
Okay, so how'd that work out?
He was one of two cheaters in the room.
So do you have a normal play here? Do you like to be on the fairway? Do you like to have the spin control, or do you like to be close?
So given that the pin is so far left and the wind is fighting you from where that pin is, I would prefer to go in the sand, because I tend to want to use bite in this kind of a situation. And when you're in the sand, it kills that bite or that backspin just a little bit, so that the pull away from the hole isn't as violent. So for me, most of the time I'm going to lay up in the sand, unless the pin is tucked all the way up front, and then I'll lay up in the fairway, because I definitely want some spin control on it.
Spin, you want to be able to go at it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Pretty good look here with that wind going left to right.
Good shot at it.
And then the green breaking back left. I love it when it sets up like this.
Yeah, it kind of like straightens out your shot a little bit. It's nice.
Again, the mantra of a stout player. How would you do this here? Would you do a bite 10.5? Would you high tee a 3-wood?
Yeah, I'm hitting a 10.5 wood bite there. And I might be one of the few, from what I'm learning from this weekend, is one of the few style players who still likes to cut the ball. I like to cut for some distance. I like to still play the wind a little bit. Maybe it's the wrong way to go.
Sure.
And probably all these people commenting about how wrong I am with everything are going to disagree with me. But I still cut the ball even with stouts to get what I want.
So, as is tradition going on behind us here, real quick, Paul Luna, the victor of the main bracket and the tournament here this weekend. The winner traditionally, Jason, buys literally hundreds of shots.
Hundreds. I've seen the tabs. It's gross.
It's insane. So one more real quick shout out to Paul Luna. Congrats. What an amazing run. Great for him. So
big crosswind here on 17.
You're going to hear quite a bit of noise in the background while we're trying to finish the match here. This is a big putt, Jason. This is right 10.
Right 10s.
Wow. Steps up and nails it.
Doesn't even think about it. The way a true champion should. Oh, and there's the stroke there.
And there's the stroke. So you're right. That putt, the break, definitely a big deal.
Yeah. And that shows someone who's been playing the game for so long, who
Absolutely.
just knows how to hit that. Doesn't even think about it, just puts it in. And
so Brian Bernhardt here can tuck this in and pretty much seal the victory. The only thing stopping that is a Robert Washburn holdout, which, you know, we've seen crazier things happen. You know, I wouldn't put it past him.
And it's not a bad, I mean, this is a nice look for 18. You know, sometimes you're going over the cactus. This one's kind of more at it.
So all the noise that you hear behind us is the cheers for Paul Luna and his championship. And as Brian Bernhardt, well, actually Robert cleaned up his putt for him.
That's going to do it.
Is going to seal the fate of Robert Washburn. Congratulations, Brian Bernhardt.
Everyone's doing shots, so they don't see it, but we're clapping. Good match. Great job by Bernsey. Great job by Squeaky Bob.
I will say this, you know, Bernsey tends to, he said he keeps going between the main and the purple every other tournament. And when he made the purple this weekend, we had a good conversation for a couple of minutes. And he said, well, you may as well win it.
Right. If you're going to get there, and I've done it on a smaller scale where I've actually been in the pink.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm in the pink, I'm going to win this thing.
You got to do it.
I got a nice pink victory in my belt in Austin. Bernsey does it with the purple, a little more stature,
right.
A little more dough.
A little more dough.
But great job by him just running that, and well-deserved. Great player, great guy.
You know, again, I love, you know, when these kinds of things happen and you watch some of these players, you know, good friends of yours, you know, it's a ton of fun to be here. You know, when Bernsey wins, I'm sure I'm going to give him a hug and a handshake here shortly. I don't know where he went.
He didn't even come over and let us congratulate him.
Oh, there he is. He's right behind us.
Oh, there he is. Talking to my wife. My wife. Bernsey.
Bernsey, get over here. Anyway, for those of you listening on the stream,
thank you.
Bernsey, good job, brother.
There he is.
Also a top-notch commentator.
He's okay.
He's all right.
Not like us.
He does all right.
Not everyone's as good as we are.
All right. Well, what a good time, man.
I think that's about it, right?
Jason, I appreciate commenting with you, buddy.
It was a pleasure.
Good time.
Thank you, everyone, for commenting on the stream. If you haven't hit like or dislike, hit one of the two buttons. Tell us how awful we are at streaming. Happy to have everyone on here. It was great to see some names I haven't seen in a while. Just another great tournament.
Absolutely. Well over 200 different people at given points during the day. People liking, people commenting. Great community. You know, thank you guys, and thank you to the crew here. What an awesome production that was.
Another great production. Next one is The Clash.
That's right.
South Carolina, beginning of October. Muse Brothers, Gino. We're going to have another good one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Again, if you guys have an opportunity and you're considering it at all, it is an absolutely amazing experience. So, Again, shout out to Luna, shout out to Bernsey. I'm not exactly sure who won pink, but we'll give them a little quick shout out. Let's take a quick look.
Let's talk about. Oh, I don't have that on my phone.
We don't have.
It would take me a second, but.
All right.
Yeah, Luna definitely won the main. Jason, if you haven't tuned in, Bernsey just steamrolled the purple. Brittany, happy birthday.
Yes.
Got like a 5-6 in pink. First time attendee. So,
and honestly, you couldn't end it better with the two best-looking bald men in red shirts.
Look at this. And it almost looks better on camera. It's pretty impressive.
All right, well, we're going to sign off here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Thank you for all of the interaction online. It is much, much appreciated. We really enjoy it.
See you at the Clash.
See you guys soon.
I understand you called it.
100% miss.
The game is over.
Andy Fox.
That's your champion.
Congratulations to Paul Luna, your 2021 Florida Open champion.
And the second Missouri Open win in the great career of Paul Luna.
The National Golden Tee Tour, presented by Power Events, is in Nashville.
Look here. He won.
Get it!
Oh, he puts it.
Hole in one!
These tournaments have the best players in the world. Haas, McCook, Gossett, Luna.
Looks good. Looks good.
Man. Can anyone stop the reigning, defending world champion, Whammy?
Takes a bit to get back going.
And, oh my goodness, he was, whoa.
Okay,
This is also a setup where if he wants to, he can comes down to the hole. Nails a hole in one.
The best player in the world holing out.
You have to focus on making every shot.
Paul Anthony Luna is the best player in the world today. A new venue, a new city, and a whole new set of obstacles.